Hi, everyone. This is DJ Honey Flow. Hope you guys are doing well today for this Wednesday. It's been so incredibly busy, but so good. And, I'm really excited to bring on our next guest, of course. He resides in Florida. I met him on Twitch. He was the only one that always told me to smile more on my streams because I had major Serato face the entire time looking at so many laptops and different things, just trying to play the music and catch everything. You know how it is, you DJs, but I had some real serious Serato face. Sometimes I still do. So he always reminds me so much to smile all the time. And every time he comes in, I always try to make sure I have a big smile for him. So, he's done a lot of things in the industry with DJing. He's been a DJ for a while, and we're going to hear about his experiences. But I would say he's definitely one of the friendliest guys I've met, down to earth. And it's going to be an awesome conversation today with him on the Honey Flow Talk Show. So I want to say welcome to everyone, including Facebook and YouTube. I just started streaming there as well, so that's really exciting. So welcome, you guys. Make sure you make the switch to Twitch. For all you guys that don't know what Twitch is, it's got a lot of different shows. A lot of talk shows have come on here, motivational shows, gamers, DJs, fitness shows, cooking shows, you name it. So make sure you guys make the switch to Twitch. It's completely free to follow. It's a real positive community, and it's got everything here. If you're a broadcaster or a streamer, you meet all kinds of people all over the world. So Facebook, YouTube, definitely make the switch to Twitch. And if you guys want to stream, you could also grow your channels as well. A little bit different from YouTube and definitely different from Facebook. So welcome, you guys, and you will see most of the comments in Twitch, not on Facebook and YouTube. So let's bring in Deejaystylez all the way from Florida. It's going to be so much fun today. I don't know what he's going to do. I have a feeling he's going to do something to me. But welcome, everyone. Thanks for coming through. Let's bring him in. Hey, how you doing? Oh, I can't hear you. Are
Hey,
you
can you hear
muted?
me? Can you
Okay,
hear
I
me?
can hear you now. Yeah, I can hear you
Okay.
now. How's
Okay.
it going?
What is up, Honey Flow? How are you?
Good. I feel so magnified compared to you. Let's see. I can't even see you. You're like a little tiny box.
I'm sitting down.
You're like this big in my camera. I need a magnifying glass right now. I could squish you. It's
Nah,
I think people want to see your face, right, guys? You want to see him closer. You want to see his radiating smile too. I'm gonna zoom out because I look very, very big here.
oh wow. Wow.
Yeah. How are
Wow.
you doing?
Wow.
But then they can't see you. You're so tiny.
I'm not tiny. Hold on
You
a second.
are. You are.
Is that better?
Kind of. I think I'm
Hey,
gonna have to actually maximize myself so
go
people can
for it.
see
Go
more.
for it. Let's do this. Let's have a little fun.
There
Pocket
we go.
sized DJ, whatever.
You are a
I hit Togni.
pocket-sized DJ today. You're hiding. You're hiding behind your equipment. There you go.
I actually am. Yeah, I am.
Actually, that's so funny, ill cat. So why don't we say hi to people in the room? Why don't you shout out? Because I know you have your tribe here as well that came in early. So,
Let me go ahead and shout out my team. Ahid Tagni's here. He's from India.
oh,
DJ Controversial is in the room from New York. What's up, fam? Um, Soraya's here. Hey, how you doing, love? Cat's here. What's up, DJ sis? Mr. Hey, how they say it? Mr. Boom is here.
boom. I like that name. Thanks you guys for coming through. I appreciate it. I thought there was a mistake because I'm like, how come there's people in our chat room? Like, did I press live accidentally? Because I don't understand why there's people in my chat, but you explained it to me.
Right.
So
Yeah.
thanks for coming in earlier, you guys. Ill Cat and Soraya. I'm gonna probably butcher some of these names. DJ, controversial, Mimi Berry in the house. And you
Mean
said from
Barry's here.
India, is it a Hita? I
Hit
can't.
Tagni. That's his name. Hit Tagni.
He tagged me. Okay.
You can say just I hit.
I hate. Oh,
Yeah.
see, it's already the name butchering's already
All right.
coming.
Mimi
Yeah.
Berry's here. UK is in the building. How you doing?
Yes. So welcome, you guys. This is going to be a fun conversation. With DJ Styles because he's such a fun guy too. So yeah, I just wanted to, like, I know you're from Florida. Are you originally from Florida, or are you
I
from
am
somewhere
I
else?
am not. So my story is this. I'm originally from Arkansas, a
Mhm.
small town up on the northeast tip of Arkansas. Is called Blytheville. That's where I'm from, born and raised. I went into the Air Force and served 20 years, and Florida became my last duty station. And I actually retired here, and I've actually been here for about 10 years now. So,
Oh, wow. So where did you live in the world then? If you're in the Air Force, you must have
woo,
lived, like, everywhere. Oh,
um,
you're allowed to sit. It's okay. I
no,
magnify
no,
you. So
you're good, you're good. So I lived in the UK. I was in the UK for 4 years. I
mhm.
absolutely loved it. Traveled around the UK. I lived in Korea for a year, and then I also lived in Japan for 3.5 years.
Oh, wow. What did you think of, like, Korea and Japan and just, different places? Like, what did you think living there? Was a huge culture shock for you and just, like, living in a totally
No,
different country from the States?
no, not really. The only thing that was really different for me was actually driving on the other side of the road. Right,
Oh, yeah.
that's the only thing. I love different cultures. I love experiencing different things. So it wasn't really a culture shock. Like I said, the only thing that was different for me was driving on the other side of the road. And once you got used to that, you're golden. You know me. I'm a friendly guy,
Mhm.
very modest and humble. So meeting people, I'm an extrovert, right? That it's in my nature. So I love to meet people, learn new things, see new things, and just have fun with life, live life. You know what I mean?
Yeah, that's so true. Hey, DJ Melv's in the building, and of course we got
Fever's here, little Fever's here
DJ Lil
on a
Fever
Wednesday.
from Ottawa. I know he's amazing, amazing
Yeah,
DJ
Clyde
too. I
Queen
gotta
is
catch
here,
him.
Mel is here. What's happening, fam?
Yes. So thank you guys for coming through. For all you guys that don't know, I go by DJ Honeyflow. I do a talk show. I do a few music DJ shows, and I used to do a motivational show. Just changed my hours. So it's Tuesday, Wednesday, and Sunday, 6 to 8 p.m. Eastern time. As I start picking up a lot more real time gigs, it's just been really busy. And for all you guys I don't know, I just got hired on at a radio station, 98.7 FM, the biggest urban station in Canada. So it's been
Nice.
really busy. Yeah, it's
That's
such a
dope.
crazy story too because I it was two big urban stations that merged, but really I applied there 15 years ago, and I remember DJs being like, "Don't even come in here. You're never going to get a spot here." I remember the first time I came off of a flight and walked right into the station to see if
Right.
I could just shoot my shot, and that was the first thing that was said to me, and it's just unbelievable that I'm actually here now, but,
Well, hey, that's good. That
you
is so
know
good that you were able
Yeah.
to, push through that, and then, hey, you got it. Even though it's 15 years later, you still got it right now. So that's all that matters, really. You know what I mean?
Yeah, it was many well, I'm still trying to work on them with the show. We'll have to see?
Hey,
But
I
yeah, it
got
does
you.
definitely
You got
takes a
it.
while to get in there.
You
Yeah,
got it.
exactly. But we'll see. So yeah, I've been just busy with that, you guys. So feel free, for all the people here that are new, if you feel free to follow me, of course, and follow DJ Styles because you guys are here for him, of course. Make sure you guys are following him if you're not following him already. And don't forget to host the show as well. So the more people that hear, I always like showcasing the streamers and the DJs on here. And DJ Styles is such a great guy, positive guy too. I'm curious too that like how your time was also in China and Japan. Like, did people, because I know some of my friends that lived out there, they got some crazy stories. Like they would say that like they're almost treated like celebrities. Like people wanted their pictures everywhere, and they're Caribbean. And so it's just like the amount of times people would stop them on the street. Did that ever happen to you out there? I'm curious.
Okay, so being in the military, I was also a contract DJ at the enlisted club, right?
Mhm.
So certain music artists would come to the base and play concerts and do concerts downtown in Yokohama or Shibuya or someplace like that. Well, I got to meet them first, right?
Hmm, wow.
And so I would meet them and I'm not starstruck by no means, right?
Mhm.
And so I got to meet certain individuals, and we would go to places. We would go downtown. We'd go over here. We go eat, sit down. There is a story. Um, Sinbad. Sinbad
Oh,
came to
Sinbad. Cool.
Sinbad came to Japan. He
Mhm.
brought his son with him, Royce, and it's funny because me and Royce instantly clicked with each other. Sinbad had been to Japan many years before. He was also Air Force as well.
Mhm.
So he does this show. But before he does the show, he wants to go downtown to a place called Akihabara. That's the place where you get all of your electronics from. So we go down there, and we're down there all day. And then it's like, hey, y'all want to get something to eat? Like, yeah, okay, we're hungry. So we go. We actually go sit in an Applebee's in Japan,
Mhm.
and people. I mean, Sinbad is what 6'5", 6'6", something. He's actually tall, and so we sit down, and people come to the table and ask for his autograph. But not just his autograph. The entire entourage, to include myself, we all had to sign autographs to people. I'm like, man, I'm nobody. I'm nobody special. I'm
Yeah.
just with him. But I signed like at least 10 or 15 autographs. So there are people in Japan that have my autograph and don't even know who the hell I am. So,
That is so
so
hilarious. That is so funny. I heard it's like that too with really tall people,
yes,
redheads.
it
I
is.
heard that as
It
well.
is. It
And then
is.
my friends that are Jamaican and Caribbean, they're just like actually some of them didn't like it at all because people were trying to grab their hair and
Oh yeah. Oh yeah.
constantly ask for pictures and I don't know what it is. Is it just I guess because they don't see that in those countries, but they see it on TV a lot, like
Yeah.
redheads or taller
Yeah.
people or yeah, like
That's really it. Because you see people on TV, you see videos, but then you
mhm,
see them up close and personal, and they're like
mhm.
looking at you like, oh hi, but
You should've just pretended you were like, I don't know, you should have pretended something. You should have just said something like really crazy, like you're Jamie Foxx or something and see if people actually believe it, you
nah,
know? Yeah,
nah,
I
nah.
would do that for sure.
But like,
So,
I mean, it was a real good time. So I enjoyed it, and it's funny because me and Royce, his son, we still communicate to this day. We talk over
oh,
Facebook
wow.
or
Cool.
whatnot, and I keep up with what's going on. So
Yeah. So then you're pretty versatile, like, you could probably move anywhere and you'd be okay, you'd be
oh yeah,
fine. I
oh yeah,
always find
definitely.
guys from the Army, like or Air Force, yeah, they could just I've interviewed a few of them, like DJ Brax and Vance
Hmm.
Dell and a few
Yeah,
others,
yeah.
and they got quite the stories. I think you're the first from the Air Force, though. I haven't, interviewed anyone from the Air Force, so.
Right. Yeah, there's several stories, trust me. Oh, yeah,
What
there's stories.
exactly do you do in the Air Force, too? Like, did you actually
So
fly or were
I
you
I I'm a
engineer?
I'm a client systems guy, I'm an IT guy. That was my
Oh.
job in the Air Force, and the funny part is I'm retired now after 20 years, and
Mhm.
I still kinda sorta do the same job.
Do you ever miss it? Like, were you fine just going to different countries if they say, "Hey, you have to go here, you have to go there," or did you kinda have a choice? Like,
Um
where you wanted to go and that sorta thing?
So for me, I was very lucky.
Mhm.
I was able to pick certain places that I wanted to go. I got 8 slots to fill, and I filled them with a lot of the places that I saw as a kid or that I read about or heard about. Um, I went to England in 2000, and
Mhm.
the funny part about that is that was my first choice. And right after I got notified that I was going there, I called my mother. I said, "Mom, I'm getting ready to go to England, to the UK." She says, "Oh, you always wanted to go there." So I was very, very excited about it, and I loved it. I had a great time, and that's actually where I first picked up DJing. Right?
Mhm.
Um, uh, uh, there's this DJ. His name is DJ at War. His name is Josh. He was also Air Force, and so following around with him to certain places, carrying DJ crates of records and bags or whatnot. That's how you pay your dues. And he knew I wanted to be a DJ, and so he said, "Hey, just come with me a couple places, and I'll show you some things." And that's what happened. We got together a couple of gigs he went downtown to, and I watched him, listened to him. I love music anyway because I'm a music fan first, right?
Mhm.
So I was able to pick up. I didn't know how to count BPMs yet, but I could still hear and know what could go with this or that song. And so I picked it up. I learned how to blend two songs together first with two CDJs. I didn't do turntables yet. I mean, I didn't do vinyl yet. Excuse me. And so after a little while of practicing and recording yourself and just listening back, I got my first gig at Club Newmarket.
Mhm.
It's in Club M. Excuse me. It's called Club M. It's in Newmarket. It's down the street from the base. All the military folks go there or whatever. A lot of off base folks would show up, and I'm downstairs. Um, I went on at 8 o'clock, right? And the DJ that went on after me was DJ at War, and so 2 hours, I just played what I wanted to kind of sort of play and listen to, rock the crowd. It's my first gig. I was anxious, but I was nervous as hell, right?
Mhm. Yeah.
But I, being nervous helps me push through it. You know what I mean? And next thing I know, man, after 2 hours, DJ Styles was actually really boring, and that's how my DJ journey actually really started. 2004, exactly when it started. So
Oh, yeah, that was my next question in 2004.
yeah,
Okay,
2004. Yep.
awesome.
Hmm.
Wow. And then do you remember your first equipment in 2004? Was it the
Oh
CDJs?
yes. Oh yes. The
I
first
still
equipment
have
that
my
I actually
CDJs.
bought. The
Yeah.
first equipment I actually bought was a Newmark turntable. It was a 1250. It was a
Mhm.
direct drive, and I used that thing in the house just like wildfire. Right. I was on that thing just every day, and trying to perfect my craft, and said, okay, if you're really going to do vinyl, you really need to buy some. So I bought some
Mhm.
vinyl, and next thing I know, we're we're here now.
How long did it take you to pick up vinyl? I want people to understand because it takes a lot, like DJing, but a lot, people that aren't DJs really just don't understand how much effort it actually is. So I know I interviewed last week DJ Michael Motion. He's a
Mhm.
producer, and he
Yes.
said that he spent 7 years before one real time gig. Between his first real time gig, he spent 7 years practicing, and he said he'd be on the tables like 5 to 8 hours a day, which is crazy. So I'm just curious to see how long it took you to kind of practice and kind of get it.
That leads to the second story.
Mhm.
When I left England, I went to New Mexico, and the club that is outside the gate, it's called Club Shooters. The club had two Denon DDJ S5000s, right? CD players, but you can scratch on them, right? So I was used to that. I wasn't used to vinyl really yet. Again, I had the vinyl at the house and had the equipment at the house to use it, but I was really nervous and scared to use it in the actual club. Well, I actually got fired from the club because the owner at the time did not like his employees going to a rival club. Now, the rival club was on Thursday night. That was hip hop night, right? And I knew the DJs that were there, and they were playing vinyl. And one of the DJs said, "Yo, come up on stage and hang out with us." I was like, "Cool." So he had to run to the bathroom, and he says, "Yo, can you handle this for me?" I said, yeah, sure, why not? So I said, well, you do this at the house. It's the exact same thing. Go ahead and do it. So picked up, a record, put it on there, and went to town on it. And that's actually how I actually started using vinyl. From then on, the next week, it just kept going and going and going and going. So that's actually how I did it. Got thrown into the fire. KD is here. Hey, KD. Honey Flow, I can't hear you. Uh,
Okay, there we go. I
there
think
you go.
something happened.
Okay, I
Yeah.
can hear you.
So how do people perceive you like when you did that event? Like, did they
Uh,
like it? Did you get a good like perception from them? Vibe?
yeah, oh yeah, they liked it. The vibe was great. They were like, "Who's this guy? Who's this new guy? Is he part of your crew? Okay, we like him." You know, and
Yeah.
it just went from there. Actually, people started, "Hey, Styles." They would see me out. "Hey, what's up, Styles?" Hell, you be at work. "Hey, Styles." I'm like, "Whoa, okay."
Mhm.
So the job and the DJing just started meshing as one. Really.
And
But
was there a lot of DJs, like, when you worked on base, like, in the Air Force, was there many DJs
uh,
on there? Because that's kind of original too.
there were several. Yes, there were several of us. Uh, let's see. When I was in New Mexico, it was me, Digum, at least 5 or 10, at least 5 to 10 of us. But we wouldn't know it because we
Oh,
wouldn't really
really?
we
Wow.
wouldn't see each other out, right? We all had different styles. I mean, I'm a R&B, hip hop, reggae type DJ. This other cat was a country type DJ. So we really wouldn't see each other as much unless we went to each other's spot, and that's when you
Mhm.
really see each other. So once you see them and you start networking with each other, then you see them all the time. So then you pick it out.
Do you see any female DJs? I'm curious, like, if
Um,
there was any like, when you were growing up or, because there's very few. You see so many now, but I was just curious if,
so
you saw any when you like, back in the day, I guess.
no, I never did.
Mm.
I didn't see my first female DJ until I was in Japan.
Oh, really? In
Yeah,
Japan?
yeah, yeah,
Interesting.
yeah.
Hmm.
That's when I first seen the first one.
Mhm.
She was a military individual as well. And she didn't do vinyl. She did CDs as well.
Mhm.
But yeah, the first one, Japan. Yeah.
Oh, okay. CDJ she did, okay.
Yep.
Oh, that's cool. I still have mine. I should have sold them. They're probably worth nothing. They're like in a suitcase. Just collecting dust, you know? So
Hey, hey, I wish I had a pair of CDJs right now.
Oh, yeah?
Well, I
Yeah.
mean, I have these. These are my Rain 12s. I had these set up because this is what I use. But
Yeah.
I still have a set of Vaztech turntables still in a bag. But the room is so small, I can't set it up as my practice. As my practice set. So I use this a lot, right?
Mhm.
But
Do you go out Oh, sorry, go ahead. Yep.
I mean, if I ever needed to use them, they're there. I can use them. So
Yeah, that's good. What do you think of that new controller that's really tiny? You could pretty much just put in your backpack. I'm almost thinking about buying one because it's good for
oh,
travel. So
which one?
say
The
if you
Rev?
do
Are you
like a
talking about the Rev
wedding,
7?
like I think so. I don't even know the name actually. It's like
So
really it
you
looks basic though. That's the only thing I
right,
don't like. It's about $100. It's like very, very tiny.
right.
But I know some DJs using them and they now use them for weddings. They don't care. I'm just like, don't people care about your equipment? And they're like, not really. No
I
one
mean,
cares. Like as long as if you play good music and you mix.
yeah,
Because I
that's pretty
always
much it.
wondered if you're gonna go to Jamaica or Mexico and say if you're gonna play out there somewhere, like I'd be nervous bringing like a huge controller because I'd
Right,
think that they would damage it, like at customs or something would happen. I saw one guy at the airport in Jamaica do that, and I stopped him and asked him, like, I'm like, "How do you get your equipment across? And is it okay? They don't damage it or anything?" So he was telling me because he played a lot of gigs in Jamaica.
right.
But yeah, oh, it's the Newmark? Okay, the Newmark DJ to go.
Oh,
I gotta
yeah,
check
yeah,
that.
yeah,
I
yeah.
I
I
wasn't sure if it
I
was
I looked
Newmark.
at it
Hey,
and
we
I
got
said,
mhm.
do I want that? I don't know. Maybe.
Yeah, it looks pretty basic, like virtual DJ or something, just off of your laptop. Like, I wish they would make smaller ones that are light, but
Right.
like have more features. It's like, why are you making it so basic? I don't know.
Well, I mean, you
Um,
gotta think about it, right? Okay, you got DJs that
mhm.
travel, and a DJ. Some DJs don't want to bring a lot of equipment with them, right?
Exactly.
But
Yeah, yeah.
I mean, if you have a small, compact, controller or whatever that can do what you need it to do, and
Mhm.
you don't need to really scratch on it or whatever. You just need to blend back and forth. Then that works out, right? So they make them for that, of course. Um, it just really depends. But
Yeah, that's true.
I,
It's
I
DJ,
you know,
Booters. It's
oh
DJ
yeah,
Booters
booters.
says, "If you have big hands, it's a struggle." I have
Yeah,
baby
yeah,
hands. See,
he's
guys?
right. That's very true. That's very true.
I don't have your hands are probably huge compared to mine. I don't know. Anyways. Yeah. Here, I gotta magnify you. You look so tiny. Okay, let's see. Let's see. Yeah. How tall are you? You 5'10" or 5'11"?
I'm
You
five
look like
eleven.
7 feet on the screen. Oh, okay. Yeah,
No,
you look
I'm
really
five
tall on the
eleven.
screen. You look like you're hitting the ceiling. That's the illusion. Like, I don't know, have you been to any Twitch meetup groups? Because it is funny. That's the first thing that we all notice is people are like,
Right,
"Oh, you're so short," or "You're so tall."
right.
Like, when I met White Gold and, Flash, I thought they were 5'6" on their streams. So, nothing
Mm-mm.
wrong with 5'6", nothing wrong with that. I'm only 5'1", but, um, and when I took a picture with White Gold, I'm like, "Forget it. I'm standing on a ledge. There's no way I'm standing beside this guy and taking a picture. I look like tiny
Wait,
compared to him,
you're
you know?"
5'1"? You're 5'1"?
Yeah, I'm
Really?
5'1". Yeah, yeah, yeah.
Okay.
Why do I taller? I probably look taller on my
Well, no, I
streams, don't
no,
I?
look, I actually what's up? What's going on there, I am old school? What's up, Soul Play? All the way from
I'm gonna
France.
say
Shout out to
5'1"
France.
and a half, 5'1" and a half. I'm gonna give
I y
myself another
so
half.
look, I
That's what
thought
I'm
you
gonna do.
I mean, I've seen you on stream and I'm like, how tall is she? She looks, about 5 between 5 foot and 5'2". So I was right around there somewhere.
Yeah, you're kind of around the right. You were right. Hey, DJ, Nixie, how's it going? We got I
Nick
Am Old
Ski, my
School in the
guy. What's up, my
building.
brother?
From France as well. And oh, it's he says it's DJ Booter says the Shaq illusion. It's true. The thing I don't understand about Shaq is how does he have an ex-wife that is my height? Like I just can't figure out. I can't fathom how that even works because like how tall is he? Like close to 8 feet? And he's
Yeah,
not
he's
just
what,
tall. If he was
7 what,
tall
he's
and
like 7'3",
skinny, it
seven
would be
four.
okay, but he's tall and thick. Like I just don't get it. And she's I think she's under 5 feet. That's insane, you know? She's like a little mini basketball. Like he could like
Yeah,
stick her in his hands, you know?
right.
Like,
What's
yeah.
up, Gator? What's up,
So
brother? How you doing, man?
anyways, it's just something, yeah, I think about, but height doesn't really make a huge difference. But anyways, whatever. um, it's DJ Booter says, don't forget the point 0.5. Exactly. Point 0.5 is very important, especially if you wear heels. I add 3 more inches or 4 more.
Right,
I
right.
am old school says, poor girl. How tall are you? I am old school. How tall are you?
Old school is about,
Actually, I can't
I'll say
bite
he's
him. I
6
think
foot.
he's tall. Yeah,
He's
I
probably
think
6'1". He's probably 6'1".
yeah, maybe I can't bug him. We got Taste, like KD, how you doing?
Yeah,
Great to see you as well. We got Degator.
that's my moderator extraordinaire there. Tastes like
Oh,
KD.
right here. Oh,
Yeah,
nice.
yeah,
Okay. And we got
yeah,
Degator. Yeah, I'm seeing a lot of new names come in here.
yeah,
Great to see
Gator's
you guys.
here.
Thanks for coming through. If you guys got any questions for DJ Styles, make sure you add him, of course. If you haven't added him already, DJ Styles. Yeah, so make sure you guys are definitely adding him. And don't forget to host the show as well. And if you guys got any questions, definitely leave it and I'll be sure to try to catch them. So what would you say? So you've been in Florida for a while. Is there
Mhm.
like any specific genres of music that are pretty known for in your city? Like all
No,
I remember is just the southern kind of crunk stuff every time I visit
it I will put it
Florida,
to you this way.
the hip hop.
All genres, it's all genres here. There's this one
Hmm.
club that's downtown, and on certain nights, it's hip hop, straight up Southern crunk, whatever. On Friday nights, it's top 40. On Saturday nights, it's country. So
Oh,
it's
country. They play country
it's
there?
very diverse. It's very diverse. Yeah.
Oh, it is. Okay. Probably
It's
a lot
very
of Spanish too, right? Because there's a lot of Cubans, Caribbean.
yeah, that's sprinkled here and there. Yeah.
Mhm. What about a lot of Caribbean music? Is that pretty big out there, like soca, reggae, dancehall? Because they
Y
have quite a huge Caribbean community
yes.
too in
Yes, it
Florida.
is. On Sunday
Mhm.
night.
Okay. Do you guys have carnival out there at all? Like some type of carnival?
Not really. Not in this area of Florida that I'm in, but
Mhm.
about an hour away in Mobile, and also actually I take that back. We do because we're close. We're 3 hours from New Orleans, so we do the Mardi Gras stuff here as well. So
Oh,
yeah,
okay.
we have
Have you
all of
ever
that.
Have you ever been to, I think I was out there in Miami on my own. It was insane. I've never seen anything like that in my life. It was
Oh yeah.
way too wild for me, like way too much. Have you heard of the Hip Hop Week? I think it's
Yes.
Memorial
Yes,
Weekend.
I have.
So
Yes, I
I
have.
was there the time where the guy, I don't know if you saw on CNN, but there was a guy that like ate a guy's face on a bridge. Like it was insane. and there was over 400, and I think it was 37 arrests in a 15 block radius, and
Right.
I was in the middle of all of that. I'm like, "Where am I?" I thought this was an old school hip hop week. Like, the stuff I saw Caravana in Toronto is very tamed
Right.
to the things that I saw in Florida. I
Oh
could
yeah.
not believe what I was seeing during the
Oh yeah.
day
You,
or
hey,
the night.
you see all kind of stuff out
Like, there
here.
was
Trust me.
close to 500 arrests. How are you gonna have 500 arrests in a 15 block radius?
Oh,
How does
trust
that
me.
happen?
You can. Oh, you can. Trust me. Hey, I
So
tell you
it
what.
was so
Hang out with
wild.
me.
I
I'll
had
you'll see all kind of
Oh,
stuff.
no. Oh, no. And it was so wild, I literally had to pretend I was Spanish and I couldn't speak English. So I would walk around, I'd be like, "Hola, ¿cómo estás?" Whatever. No, I didn't say that. I just said whatever Spanish I could think of to try to get these guys to stop harassing me, like,
Oh wow.
following me. But then they liked it even more. They're like, "Oh, she doesn't even speak English."
Oh
I was
yeah.
like,
Oh
"Oh,
yeah.
great.
Oh
I gotta
yeah.
get out of here. This
That's
is
like that.
not
That's
good."
like that. That is
Yeah,
like that.
it was a little crazy, you
Hey,
know?
booters, when you go to Tampa, call me.
I haven't been
But
to Tampa yet though, so
oh,
I'll
you
have
haven't
to
been to Tampa
check
yet?
that.
You have to go to Tampa. You
Yeah, I
got to
have
go to
to know.
Tampa.
I definitely do. I've been to Orlando,
Yep.
Miami. I liked Orlando. Orlando would be a place I would move to for sure. I actually liked Orlando better than Miami, you know?
Oh yeah.
Most people love Miami, but I don't know. I kind of liked Orlando. It was a little bit more laid back
Yeah,
and
I like Tampa.
really
I
pretty.
like Tampa. I like Tampa.
Yeah. So do you think you'll be there like for life pretty much? Like are you ever open to,
Oh yeah.
moving somewhere else
So
or
I'm always open to go and move, right? I will honestly
Mhm.
truly tell you this is so very true. I want to go back to Japan. I'm not gonna lie to you.
Oh, really?
Yeah,
Wow.
I would go back overseas
Hmm.
in a heartbeat.
Mhm. So why
Don't get me
don't you
wrong.
try doing the 90-day you should try doing the 90-day fiancé if you're
Oh wow.
single, I don't know. You should try doing it. Why don't you try? Actually, I don't know if
Really
you are.
now?
I don't wanna get you
Really
in
now?
trouble. I don't wanna
Really
get you
now?
in trouble.
Really
Actually,
now?
I don't have to worry about getting you in trouble. You always bug me all the time, so now it's my turn to bug you. So, I'm good with that. Yeah.
Okay, come on with it.
Yeah. Yeah. Oh, man. Well, I mean, Japan would work if you did that. That would be a cool story. I think you would boost ratings if you were on 90 Day Fiancé. Why don't you try that? You should give
Oh
it a
wow.
try.
Mm.
Yeah.
Styles on 90 Day Fiance. Ooh.
Yeah.
Oh no. I mean,
I
I'm
think that
cute
would
and all. I'm
wait,
cute and all, but yeah,
there you go, guys. See, what do you guys think? Do you guys think he should be on 90 Day if you guys think DJ Style should be on 90 Day Fiancé, put a 1 in
really,
the chat. Put some
really.
ones in the chat.
What? Are
Put
you
some ones
serious
in
right
the
now?
chat.
Wow, wow.
Oh, man. We'll see. Oh, see, taste like Katie. There's a 1 right there.
Wow, really?
Hopefully, I don't get in
Wow.
trouble if you got a wifey. I don't know. Okay, you know, he put up a 1 too. Another 1 goes up for you as well. So the ones are going up right now.
That's hilarious. That's funny.
It's DJ Booters is putting up a 1 for you as well. I'm starting to watch a 90 Day Fiancé, but that would be a cool story, like you meeting someone in Japan. I think that would be kind of cool, you know? Oh, man.
You're terrible.
Anyways, yeah, I am terrible. Back to the DJ questions. So, who would you say inspired you to actually start DJing too? Was
Oh,
there
that's easy.
anyone
Jazzy Jeff.
specific? Oh, Jazzy Jeff.
Jazzy
Okay.
Jeff.
Have you
That's
ever
easy.
met him? Have you ever met him or, you know?
I I have talked to him on the phone.
Oh, really? Excuse me.
Well, I mean, I talked to him on the phone. Um,
Mhm.
I had bought something from
That's
Bandcamp.
cool.
I bought
Yeah.
something from Bandcamp with his name on it, and I get a phone call afterwards, and it was actually him. He called me on my phone. I was like, "Hello,
Oh, wow.
yeah,
Wow.
is this DJ Styles?" I said, "Yes. Who is this?" You're not going to believe
Mhm.
it, but this is Jeff. I'm like, "Jeff who?" Jeff Towns. I
What?
said, "Jeff Towns, really?" I said, "No, no, no, no."
That's crazy.
But it was a
So why
cool
did he call
conversation.
you though?
So if you so I follow him and I follow his YouTube and I bought um you can buy a some vinyl of his that's autographed and
Mhm.
whatnot, right? So I actually bought it. But on it, you got to put your name and telephone number and stuff, but he will actually call you. So that's how he called me, right? And it's so funny because I was like, I said I'd never get starstruck. I was kind of like starstruck a little bit. I'm like, Jazzy Jeff called
Mhm.
me? Really? So yeah, yeah, he was
Yeah,
the
that's
one
crazy.
that actually started me wanting to DJ. I bought a CD of his. It was Hip Hop 2. That's what it was. And
Mhm.
I actually bought it in the UK, and I listened to it and I said, "Yo, I want to be a DJ now, like for real." So he was what, you know, gave me the inspiration to actually do it.
That's cool. He's a really down to earth guy. I met him after a
He is.
show years ago when I used to do a radio show, and was able to talk to him after for a while after his show with a few friends. So he
Mhm.
was like pulling out all his Nike shoes he was buying from China. He's like, "Which one do you like? Do you like this one or do you like that one?" Like he was a really cool, down to earth guy, and I was
Oh
just
yeah,
asking
definitely.
him a lot of different questions. About DJing, and that was the time. Oh shoot, I forgot to plug in my laptop. You know what? I think I'm gonna have to plug this in. Totally forgot.
Ooh, you
Yeah,
better
so
plug it
that
in before it
and
goes
that was
off.
yeah, I know. I got like 2%, a couple seconds left here. I gotta find my plug now. Um, yeah, so yeah, it was interesting, and I asked him what he thought about because that's when controllers were just coming out. So I asked him, "What do you think?" Because there was a lot of hate between turntablist DJs and DJs that were into the controllers,
Yep.
right?
Yep.
With
Mhm.
the actually the CDJs. So I asked him about that, and he's like, "Girl," he's like, "I've been doing this for years. It doesn't matter to me. It doesn't matter what equipment you use. Like, you play on whatever. And the thing is you got to keep up with the times. You got to keep up with technology. And if it's lighter, then that makes more sense. And I
Yeah,
like that because he was a veteran in the
he's
game,
real big on
so
technology
humble.
though. He is definitely big on
Yeah,
technology.
exactly,
I've actually
for
heard him
sure.
tell that story too about
Yeah, he was
I've
super
actually yeah,
cool with
he
it.
tells that story all the time. Yeah.
Yeah, exactly. I'm gonna let you do just a few shout outs because I'm gonna just try to grab my battery
You
here
go ahead.
before it dies. So
Yeah, you go
yeah,
ahead.
shout out the chat room. I'll be
Let
like
me
two
let me
seconds.
shout out my moderator again, Tastes like KD.
Okay.
My team, Antogny, Nick Ski is here, Illcat's here, Controversial is here, Booters is here. Call me if you go to Tampa. My man Soul Play, I am old school is here. So what's up, chat? How y'all doing? Gators here. Commercial break time. So on today's episode of Your Girl's Favorite DJ, episode what's today? Episode May 4th. DJ Styles is hanging out with DJ Honeyflow. We're talking about DJ things while she fixes her laptop and plug it in. So, what y'all want to talk about? What do y'all want to talk about? Let's talk about some things
We
real
want to
quick. While
bug
she,
you about 90 Day Fiance. That's what we want to talk about right now. We want to get all up in your business because I haven't done that yet on my show. Most DJs are like, we don't want to talk about our personal life. We
Elusive's
don't,
here.
let's just keep it to this, keep it to the character.
She
So
said,
we're
"Hey,
we're,
let's
we're
talk
going
about
to
night."
talk about that. Taste
Buddha
like
said, "Can we get a
Katie,
boom?
what do you
Boom."
what do you want to know? Why do you call yourself your girlfriend's favorite DJ? Why do you
Oh,
think that
wow. Okay,
you're the favorite
okay,
DJ?
okay. So here's the story. So I'm in New Mexico. We go to this club called Grand Central Station. It's a
Mhm.
club that has like 5 clubs inside of it. There's hip hop, there's top 40, there's salsa, there's country, and there's grunge. All of everything over here, right? So
Yeah.
um, this individual, this female who was with us, says, "Hey, you can DJ here. You know why?" I said, "No." She says, "Because you're my favorite DJ." So that's where your girl's favorite DJ actually comes from. An actual female actually
Okay.
said I'm her favorite. So that's where it actually came from.
Hmm. Interesting. Okay. Well, that's good. I mean, it has a good ringtone. I've heard some drops out here on radio. They always say that. Have you heard those drops? Your
Oh
girlfriend's
yeah. Oh
favorite
yeah,
DJ.
definitely.
Well,
You know,
your mama's favorite
your mama's
DJ,
favorite DJ,
like
your
yeah.
your baby's mama, your baby's daddy's favorite DJ, your grandmama's favorite DJ. I'm
Actually,
like, oh,
I don't know if you saw the post, it was hilarious. It had me dying laughing a couple days ago. I can't remember what DJ it was. If you guys know the DJ, post it in my chat. But there was a guy that did like a young grad or a prom, right?
right.
For all these kids. So he's probably a little more around our age. We won't
Mhm.
give away our ages, but probably a
Yeah.
little bit older. And then all of a sudden he presses the drop, your mom's favorite DJ, and then he accidentally pressed it at this grad or this prom, right? So then
Mhm.
all the kids just busted out laughing, and I can't remember the DJ, but I had a good laugh because I could just imagine this guy probably in his 40s or something, late 30s, 40s, and then he drops your mama's favorite DJ, and I could just see all these young kids like, "Yeah, I could see that because you look like the age of my mom," you know? Like,
Right.
so I had a good laugh. Have you ever had any crazy or funny incidences that have happened to you, like out DJing or on Twitch that you could think of that has just, I don't know, made you laugh, either watching someone or something you did or an error, mistake, or anything?
Let me think. Let me
Because I
think.
feel like you're such a comical guy, so I feel like you would have a lot of funny
Oh, you know what?
incidences,
You
you
know what?
know?
I do have one. Um,
Mhm,
it's there's an actual video of it. I've posted it maybe
mhm,
once or twice. It's on Instagram. I know it is. But we're out at this club called Seville Quarter.
mhm,
Seville Quarter, it's in Pensacola. It has three, four, five clubs in it. We're in the main room. Um, and the dance floor is packed, right? It is about 12:30, and the DJ is playing Uptown Funk. And
mhm,
there's these two elderly people, husband and wife, dancing. And it warmed my heart to watch them dance.
that's cute.
Um no, no, no. The cute part was when he drops Rob Bass, It Takes Two, right?
Mhm,
And you see the male come forward, right? And then you see his wife. I mean,
mhm,
she got as low as she could, and I mean, she is going, right? And I'm like,
mhm.
they've got to be at least 60, they got to be at least 70, I believe, right? 70,
Aw,
75. So,
yeah,
so they get done dancing and then they go to the side and I said, "Ma'am, sir, how old are you?" And they told me that they were in the 80s. They were in their
wow.
80s. And I said, "I
Mhm,
just saw what you guys got done doing, and it just warmed my heart to see that you were still dancing and enjoying music." And they said that we enjoy music, enjoy life, and we just come out and just have a good time. And man, that is
yeah,
probably that's the best thing I've ever seen. But the video, I promise, I'm gonna post the video after we do this so that everybody can really see it. But I'm telling you, you will laugh and you'll smile about it because it was to see that, man. I That's all. That's really all it's about, right? If you can make an 80-year-old man and woman dance and have a good time,
mhm.
man, that's the best feeling ever.
That's so awesome, I love that. Aw, look at you, you're on aisle 2. You're in aisle 2, whether you
Yeah, yeah,
you
you're
you
out
you
too.
believe it or
Yeah.
not, you're in aisle 2 with
Oh
me.
yes, I love aisle
I
two.
appreciate that.
Aisle
Hey,
two is
Tweak
my spot.
Music Tips, how you doing? How are your shows going, Tweak? Good to see you, in the building as well, Tweak
Tweak
Music
Music Tips is
Tips.
here. What's up, my brother? How you doing, Cole?
Again, we got Taste Like KD, we got Degator. Degator must be from Florida too, of course, with the alligator. Speaking of Florida, have you ever gone to like a gator farm or seen
Oh man,
alligators
yes.
or
Oh
not like
yes.
I mean, I think Canadians probably think that if you're from Florida, you probably see gators on the highway like frequently, but
Oh
I know that's not really the case, but I'm just curious. Do you guys have you I've been to a gator farm before out there. I'm like
yes.
really
I've been
freaked
to one.
out. Like, the
No, you
2
know.
biggest fears no, the 2 biggest fears I have, guys, in life is airplanes, like dying in an airplane crash, and alligators eating me. Those are the 2, like the worst fears of my life. Now, do you guys remember? I think it was in 1994 where they had the plane crash in Florida with the alligator.
Right.
Like, oh, I can't even imagine, I'm like, "Forget it." But I remember going to Miami and I'm like, "You know what? I'm gonna face my fear. I'm gonna go to a gator farm by myself." And it's freaky because you're on this, like, flatbed, and then you see nothing in the water, and then all of a sudden it's like Jaws. Like, look at,
Very
like,
true.
this gator, the
Very
gator
true.
right here. Like, you see
Very
this
true.
alligator just come up like that and the eyeballs like that at you, you know? Freaked me out. Yeah.
Yeah, there's there's a
So
there's a few there's a few alligator farms around here. Um, there's
mhm.
this arcade spot called Fuddpuckers, right? And
Oh, I remember that.
they have live alligators there. It's an arcade and eatery spot and like a gator farm, if you will. And I mean, you can get up close
That's
to
crazy.
alligators. I mean, because they have the mouths taped up or whatever, so you're able to take them and hold them and
Oh.
whatnot.
Yeah, they
Yeah,
had no fences or anything, like, it was crazy, even the flatbed was very low, that
a
if
lot of
anything
fun.
were to tip
A lot of
over,
fun.
but then they say that alligators are like dogs, they don't really attack you, like, unless if they're provoked, but I
Yeah,
don't know
yeah,
about that
yeah.
one.
That's true.
I don't know, I
If an
don't
alligator is provoked, they will attack you. If they're not, they're not going to mess
yeah.
with you.
Yeah? Oh, I
Yeah,
don't know.
my
You
man
got
Tantrum's
yeah,
in the
the
building.
stories I hear.
South
Yeah.
Carolina's
Oh,
here.
Tweak Music Tip says, "I was born in '95, so didn't know that." Oh, man, you're making me sound old. Thanks, Tweak. Born in '95, I gotta use my calculator now and see. What? Born in '95? Were you really born in '95? Wait, how old is that? I gotta calculate. Forget it. Never
Oh,
mind.
word? You
I
so
thought
wait. So Tweak Music Tips
wait a
was wrestling gators
second.
in college?
He's messing with us, I think, you know? "Oh, Degator, how come you call yourself Degator? You said that you're from Chi-Town. How come you have alligators everywhere?" "I thought you were from Florida. You're messing with me too." We
Hey,
got DJ Tantrum.
one of the things that I like to eat is gator bites.
Mhm.
Tastes like
Ew,
chicken. Oh, no, no,
gross.
no.
What is
Trust
that?
trust me. Trust
Ew.
me. Trust me. You if
Think
you eat
about
them,
that gator, what that gator eats. That's like eating a rat. That's like
no, no,
cooking up
it's
a
not.
fried rat.
I
That's like
promise
cooking
you,
up a fried pigeon, DJ
I promise
Styles.
you, if you
No,
have a gator
can't.
bites, you will love them. I promise you will.
What is that,
I
like
promise it.
Popeye's chicken? Like a
Nope,
little
nope,
crunchy
nope. I'm
thing?
not gonna tell you.
No, I can't.
You
I
will
can't.
trust me. Trust. Hey, hey, look at his face.
If it tastes
You,
like chicken, why don't you just stick to
hey,
chicken then?
look at this.
Like,
Look at this face. Do you think this face is gonna? Do you think this face is gonna give you something that you're not gonna enjoy? Come on now.
no, I'm good. I mean, the only thing a gator should be on is a belt buckle or a pair of
Oh,
shoes. I'm
oh,
sorry.
wow, really?
I'm sorry for all you animal lovers out there. I
Wow,
apologize.
really?
I
Really?
don't believe in killing animals, but like, I don't know. If you're gonna eat it, then it should just
It's
be on a
good.
belt
Trust
buckle
me.
or a pair of shoes.
Trust me, it's good. Trust me.
So then you would probably eat snake too then,
So look, let me tell you,
right?
I've eaten a lot of things. But in Japan,
Ew.
hey, if you can eat fried squid, you can eat anything. Okay?
Do you eat people too or what?
No,
Just
no, no, no. I'm not. No, I don't do that.
I'm
No.
just messing with you. This is the weirdest interview I've ever done, by the way. It must be I think I'm working too much. It's like my head is, like, somewhere else right now.
No,
But no,
you're
I
good.
I just find it fascinating because anyone I meet from Florida just feels like such a personality. Like, for example, I was on a flight and this guy kept talking. I always have people that talk to me constantly and, well, probably because I talk to them as well. So there was a guy explaining how his mom would buy these huge chickens, the pre-cooked chickens or the
Yeah.
raw
Hmm.
chickens, and
Yep.
she would just literally throw them in her backyard to the gators, and she would, like, treat them like they're her like a dog, like that was her pet,
Yeah.
and I'm just like, "That is
That's hey,
insane to
that's
me."
true.
Like
That's true.
like,
It
and
happens
she would just keep buying these chickens, and they would come up right up to her lot, like, right up to her back door pretty much, and
like a
wait
stray
for
dog.
these, like, massive chickens to eat. Yeah.
Like
I
a
was
stray dog.
like, "That's crazy. I'm sorry." Like, I'm not doing that. Forget that. Like,
Well, I mean,
I'll
people.
stay
There are people in Florida that have weird pets. I mean, you got alligators. People got big boa constrictor snakes. I mean, it's a pet.
you don't have a snake, do you? Like a
I
like
used to have
anything
one.
weird?
I
Oh,
used to have
really?
one. I used to have
Oh,
one.
yeah, no, thank you. I'm good. No. Yeah. It's I don't know where you live.
No, no, no. Wait.
Flor It's scary.
No, it was a red-tailed boa. It was a baby, right?
Oh,
So I
what's the
kept
point
it.
in having a pet snake? What do you do with those? You can't pet it, you can't do anything.
Hey, hey, let me
That
tell
nah, I'm
let
good.
me tell you something. There was this female, she loves snakes.
Really?
Yeah.
Oh.
She
Hmm.
took she took she took the she took the snake out and had it around
Ew,
her, had
gross.
it around her neck. She had it slide all through her curly red hair and everything. I was like,
What
"Oh,
kind of girls do you
okay."
date? What the heck? What the heck? I don't know. I don't know what kind of
This was years ago. This was years ago.
I don't
Oh, yeah.
know.
Yeah. Yeah.
Huh. Okay. Well, we'll get into that a bit later then. Yeah. Oh man. So, well, that's interesting with Florida. Yeah, there's so many. Oh, exactly. That's what tastes like Katie says. That snake was sizing her up to eat her. It's true.
No, that snake was small. Cut
I
it
don't know
out.
what we're talking about right now. We're talking about a lot of weird things. Miss Tipstar. I don't know. We're talking about snakes right now.
Miss Tiff Stars here. California's in the building. Hey,
How
love, what's
you
up?
doing? I saw the video with them. You guys looked amazing in that video and just everything that it looked like a huge party out there. It looked like you guys
Yeah,
were
it
having a
did.
lot
Yeah,
of
I saw it
fun.
too. It looked like they
So,
had a great
yeah.
time.
Yeah, definitely. Have you you haven't met anyone from Twitch yet, have you?
No, I have not yet.
Hmm. Okay. Yeah, you should try to do a meetup group or something in Florida
Oh,
if you
I
can,
oh, I
you know?
there's plans in place to meet certain individuals already.
Yeah?
Oh,
Okay,
yeah.
nice. Well, and you gotta
We
come
have
up to
several.
Canada. You gotta come
Oh,
up
I'm
to
coming to
Canada
no, 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 I'm
too, you
coming to
know?
visit now. I'm gonna come to Canada. I'm coming to Canada.
Okay. Have you ever
There's a
been
few of
here?
you. No, there's a few of you. I've never been there, so that's why I want to go. There's a few of you in Canada that I'm already gonna meet up with. So to include
Okay,
you.
well, yeah, you better not bypass me or else there's gonna be trouble there. You gotta if you're gonna come to Toronto, you gotta make sure you give me a call. We'll definitely link up.
Oh
I'll
yeah.
show you
Oh
around
yeah.
the
Well,
city
yeah. Oh
and
yeah,
show you
definitely.
proper foods like chicken, not alligator or snake.
Oh,
They
wow.
actually do have jerk kangaroo out here if you go to the jerk fest.
Yes.
That I'm like, "That's forget it. I'm not doing that," you know?
Well,
The
I mean,
furthest I go with food is like, goat like curry goat. That's the
okay,
furthest
wait.
I go.
So
So
you do seafood, right? You do seafood?
no, I don't do seafood. No.
What? Come on.
No.
Really?
I mean, I could probably have tuna, that's about it, but I kinda stay away from seafood.
Hey,
Yeah.
look, you come this way, I promise you, you will love seafood when you leave here. I
No,
promise you
I
that.
don't like no.
You will.
Anything that looks back at me, I'm not eating. So if it's like a shrimp, if it's like something that looks like this, like it's kind of curled and like
Look,
weird looking and like eyeballs looking at you, like you guys don't understand how bad I felt going to Jamaica and seeing so many goats. I was just like, I feel so horrible. Like there's all these goats looking at me, and I can't believe I'm eating curry goat in Toronto. Like it's
hey,
so
look,
good,
I
but I
promise
feel
you,
really, really guilty right
I
now.
promise you, you're gonna you come here and visit. I will take you to several seafood spots. I promise you, you'll be like, yo, you're right.
Nah, I don't like
Promise you.
it. I like plug my nose when I'm in like the grocery store aisle 2 and I have to pass the seafood section. I like run fast like through the section. I'm like, it smells disgusting. I'm like, forget it.
Hey, I
No, I don't
promise
like
you.
seafood.
Hey, I don't promise a lot of things, but I promise you, you come here, you come visit. There's several seafood spots that I'm gonna take you to, and I promise you that you're going to enjoy it. I promise you.
We'll negotiate. You could take me to a barbecue spot instead of a seafood. I'll do barbecue. I'll
Oh,
do a good
wow.
barbecue, you
Okay.
know.
Okay, I can do
Yeah.
that. I can do that.
Seafood,
I'll
forget it.
slide in some
Yeah.
seafood on the barbecue grill for you. There you go.
Ew, no way. I'm good. Yeah. I don't know
Come
what
on.
else you have. Snakes and everything else you have. I don't know.
No, no,
Everything else you eat. Alligator. No, I'm
we
good.
have everything here. It's just, hey, you're in Florida. You have to do seafood.
Mhm. Actually, a funny story about Florida. I remember going there for like an entrepreneurship conference when I was like in business school.
Hmm.
My teacher decided to give me like a free trip, which was amazing. I actually begged him, and he's like, okay, fine. If you're serious about it, then I'll pay the conference, I'll pay the hotel, you pay the flight. So I
Right.
decided to go. And this is when I went out all the time. Like, so you went to the conference and then you would hit the clubs or go out, be social, right? So I remember getting ready, going out, and all of a sudden I had like all these birds like flapping everywhere, everywhere. Like there's millions of them. And I'm walking outside. It was a real tropical, obviously, area, right? Like
Hmm.
right near the water and a really nice hotel. But I'm walking down this bridge and I'm like, why do these? So I said to the security guard, why do these birds keep hitting me? What is wrong with all these stupid birds? Can't they see anything? And the security guard looked at me. He's like, "Ma'am, do you know where you are?" I'm like, "Yeah, I'm in Florida. Why?" He's like, "Ma'am, those aren't birds. Those are bats." I was like, "What? Those are bats." I started screaming. I ran so fast. I didn't go out. I went right back to the hotel room, and there was like thousands of them, and they're all flapping around you everywhere. Like I've never seen anything like that before. Obviously, we don't have bats here in Toronto. So I'm like,
Right.
where am I? So I don't know. Is that yeah, I freaked out. Like, do
I
those
bet.
things bite? Do those things do anything to you? I don't know.
I'm pretty sure they'll bite you. I'm pretty sure.
Jeez. But I didn't realize, okay, bats are blind, right? I didn't realize that
Yes,
I guess
well, I
they
mean,
can't
they're
see, so they're
they're
flapping
blind,
everywhere.
but they're
But they're
blind, but
all over, like all
they
over,
there's a signal that goes out. It hits whatever's going to hit for it to come back, so they're able to navigate where they're going. That's how they're able to fly
Oh, they
around
weren't
and see.
navigating. They're like navigating over here and everywhere. Oh man, it was the worst. And I just remember running back to the hotel room and the whole night I just watched Jamie Foxx reruns that night, and I was so freaked out. Like I did not want to go out at all. I was like, where am I? Anyways, so those are my crazy Florida
Oh wow!
stories.
Oh wow!
But yeah, but going back to the DJing thing, do you remember, your most memorable event that you've done? It sounds like you've done quite a lot over the years.
Ooh, all right.
Um,
Okay, my most memorable. Okay,
mhm,
so I'm coming back from a deployment. This is 2006. Um, they were filming the first live action Transformers where I was at.
mhm,
um, so they had done the post production and they had wrapped it up. And I got back on a Wednesday. My buddy called and said, "Hey, we are DJing a party for Tyrese." I said, "Okay."
Oh, wow. Cool.
Wait. Have you seen Baby Boy? Right? You've seen Baby Boy, right? The
Yes,
movie.
yeah, I
Okay.
forgot the movie. I'd have to watch it
Well,
again. Isn't
I
it
mean, he
Jody or
yes, he
something
plays
in
Jody,
or
right? You know
Oh,
how
okay. Yeah,
you
that's
know
right.
how you know how Jody was in the actual movie, how
I don't
ghetto he was or
remember.
whatever.
Oh, yeah, yeah, okay,
Okay,
yeah.
Tyrese is really like that in real life. I kid you not.
What? Are you serious?
He's
No, I don't
no, 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 no,
believe
no, no, no.
that. Is he?
I'm gonna tell. Let me tell the story now. Let me tell the story. So the guy called and said, "Hey, be at the club at about 11 o'clock." I said, "Okay, cool." So earlier the night before, we were at this other club, and he actually comes in there. So he's walking in, and his my back is toward him, but I met him earlier in the day, so we had already exchanged pleasantries or whatever. And there's this girl that's in front of me, and she looked
Mhm.
and started screaming. She's like, "Ah!" I said, "Damn, what the hell is she screaming at?" And then I looked, and he's walking in. I said, "Oh, hey, what's up?" Right. So the next night we are at Legends and we're playing I mean, the club is packed. I
Mhm.
mean, people everywhere. You were like this the whole time. So he comes in there about 1 o'clock in the morning,
Mhm.
and he loves his West Coast. And at the time, we were using Serato, but we weren't using Serato yet, but we were still using vinyl. So you had to know where your records were. But if you didn't know he was he was a West Coast music cat, you'd be like, what the hell is going on?
Mhm.
So every minute and a half, switch it up, Styles, switch it up, Styles. I'm looking at him like, bro, we ain't even got to the good part. Okay, whatever. Find the damn record, put it on, and you go to the next one. Do not give him a microphone.
Oh, no.
He is, man, I wish I can I'm gonna tell you the story enough to where you can visualize what's actually happening.
Mhm.
He has a microphone in his hand as he's pumping the crowd up. There are these two ladies over here in the corner on top of the tables, two tables. He runs to the middle part of that table, then jumps on the table with the one girl, jumps off of that table onto the other table with the other girl. Then he's ran all the way to the back. Then he comes back over here. Switch it up, style. Switch it up. I'm like,
Oh
what?
my gosh.
So after 45 minutes of switching it up every minute and a half with him, the club, like I said again, the club is packed. And I'm like,
Mhm.
yo, we got a lot of people in here. So I switched the vibe up and I played some reggaeton, right?
Mhm.
He still has the microphone in his hand. And he comes to the booth. He's like, hey man, I didn't want that. And I said,
Oh, no.
I put my hand over the mic and I said, turn around.
Yeah,
He
yeah.
turns around and he looks at everybody and everybody's looking at him like, you don't like reggaeton? And
Oh,
I said,
shoot.
if you don't get your ass behind over here behind this booth and sit down some damn he and
You
the
actually
funny
said that to him?
I said it to myself, if you don't get your ass behind sit down somewhere, leave me alone.
Yeah,
You're
because 'cause
not
you're
the
in
DJ here.
Florida. You're
You're
not
not the
gonna you can
DJ.
say that in
Let
Florida.
let me work. You're not the DJ here, right? So
They
he
run reggaeton in Florida.
no, this is in New Mexico. They like I
Oh,
said,
in New Mexico,
they
okay.
had got done with the post production of the first Transformers, right?
Mhm.
So I said, man, if you don't sit down somewhere, I took the mic from him. I said, go over there in the corner and put the mic down. And and the night was, I mean, we still had a great time, right? But he had bought
Mhm.
the bar out. So I kind of lost him for a minute. And the other DJ came and took over.
Mhm.
So I go to the back and he's in the back. He's already bought off the bar and they're in this back room. But the crazy part is the director Michael Bay was there. So I met Michael Bay. I also met Josh DeMille because he was there. Um, I didn't meet Shia LaBeouf. I think he left early or whatever. I met Megan Fox for like a second, but I actually got to sit and talk to the director. He was very, very nice, very warm. He enjoyed talking to military folks about where we, things that we were doing, where we've been, um, our stories. And
Mhm.
Josh Jamel, same way. So that's one of the stories that I always tell because I was coming back from a deployment and the crazy part about it is we got to see the first Transformer movie before everybody else got to see it.
Yeah,
Um,
that's cool. That's a cool
that was
story.
kind of cool. So, but
That is cool.
I always tell everybody, I said, yeah, I got to DJ a party for Tyrese. Let me tell you, that was probably the most craziest night I've ever had in my life.
Yeah, I could
But
definitely see that.
but it was the craziest, but also the most fun I've ever had. I mean,
Mhm.
I really learned how to find tracks real quick because he's like every minute and 15 damn seconds of a song, he wants you to go to the next one. I'm like, son of a bitch, you know, but it kind of helped you go find whatever it was you needed to find, right? So it worked out.
I don't like people like that are so by the DJ booth the entire night. Like, it's just like,
Oh
if
no,
you wanna be a DJ,
he had a
you get
microphone in
yeah,
his hand,
and him
so he was
saying
able
that,
to run
oh,
around the damn club and still say, switch it up,
yeah,
switch it up, switch it
that
up.
that would be annoying to me. I would literally plug the cord on him and wrap it around his neck probably.
Be
I
like,
don't care if he's Tyrese or not, I'd
be
probably
like,
do that to him.
hey man, sit your ass down somewhere, bro. Sit
I
down.
probably I probably would do that.
He was hyper as I don't know what that night. I
Oh,
was like,
yeah? Yeah,
man,
he probably had, you know.
he was hyper, right? I'm like, bruh,
Wow.
like what did you drink? Did you have an energy drink or something?
Yeah, probably. Have you, yeah, he probably had a few Red Bulls or something. Have you, worked with anyone else interesting, like, in the industry?
Um,
Those are really cool stories with
so
Tyrese.
in Korea, I got to meet a lot of actors came through. Volarama, excuse me, came through with his show at the time, the Yo Mama Joke show. A lot of NWR artists would come through overseas, and again, I'm a contract DJ for the club, so I got to meet all of them before everybody else did. Right.
Mhm.
Will Smith came to Japan for I Am Legend at the time. Um, Sean Paul of the Young Bloods. He had a group that he brought and toured around Asia so that he can get his group out there. I met Ludacris as DJ at the
Do they
time.
play a lot of, hip hop out there in
Oh
Japan
yeah,
too? Yeah?
in
Or is it more
Japan.
their own? Is it they're more their own,
Oh
type
no.
of hip
Oh,
hop, or is it do they play a lot of
mm-mm.
American
It
music?
is it is American hip hop. Okay, it's
Hmm.
our hip hop, right? And
Mhm.
they love classic hip hop, right?
Mhm.
You play a classic hip hop song, Japanese will go wild. They know the song. They may
Mhm.
not understand it, but they know the words.
Hmm.
Yep,
Yeah,
they know
that's
the words.
interesting. So it's really huge, like the
Oh yeah,
genre, everything is, like, really,
oh
really
yeah.
big
Hip
out
hop
there?
is big. Hip hop is huge.
Hmm. Nice. Yeah. Hey, Junior, how's it going? Great to see you. Thanks for coming through. And everyone else that's coming through. If you guys have any questions for, of course, DJ Styles, make sure you add him if you haven't added him already, and post them in the chat. And I'll be sure to catch them as well. Hey, we got mini Pris. How you doing, mini
Mini
Pris
Chris is
in
here.
the building?
Hey
Great to see
boo.
you. Great to see you. Oh man. So that's good. So, we always talk about DJ Styles was the only one that told me to smile on my streams because obviously I'm like this. Like a lot of times, like I mean mug, or, when I'm staring at computers and I'm trying to stare at everything without my glasses on. But it's the camera angle, I tell you, because it zooms in on everything. I'm not like you. Like right now, you have a great camera angle because you're far. You're like kind of far away, so people can't see every
Oh,
detail
do
of
you
your
you want
face.
you want me to get close? Hold on, let me get
Yeah,
close.
get closer to the camera. We could barely see. Okay, that's better. See, okay, you need to be like that the whole entire show because I don't like magnifying myself. I look, yeah, I don't right now. And I have to magnify us because you're so tiny. So,
I'm so
yes,
terrible.
I need you close to the camera so we could see. But, that was one thing I noticed you always said to me. You said, "Make sure you smile." So I thank you for that because you always reminded me, when I'm nervous or a
Right.
huge raid comes through or I'm overthinking something, you're always like, "Hey, smiley, like, make sure you smile," you
Well,
know?
when people see you, the
Mhm.
first thing they see is your smile, right?
Yeah.
It's warm, right? It's inviting. You know, that's I try to smile as much as I can. I mean, you've been in my streams. I have fun in my streams.
Yeah, you
I
have
have
a
a lot of
permanent
energy, people
smile.
say,
Like,
but
I don't know how you do it, like, how you do it to be in like, I try, but, like, 4 hours of smiling like this, like, that's kinda hard to do the whole entire time, you know?
I just
Unless if someone makes you laugh, right?
right. Well, I'm a music fan first, so
Mhm.
I love music, so I smile. That's
Yeah.
music.
No, and I
Music
think
is my
that's
safe
great.
place, right?
Yeah,
So
and it
I use it.
radiates too with you. Yeah, that's one thing that I like about you. Thank you so much, Junior, for those bits. Appreciate you
Thank you for them
and for
biddies.
coming through. Exactly. Thank you guys so much for coming through. Make sure you guys host as well. And of course, add each other too. We grow collectively as a community. So make sure
That's right.
everyone's saying hi to each
That
other
is
in the
so true.
room, adding
Community is
each
big.
other too.
Community is big.
Exactly. So how did you land on Twitch? Was it the typical, Instagram, Facebook thing as well, like everyone else, or
So
was it a bit different?
when I left Japan and came to the States, I didn't gig anymore, right? So I didn't have anything to feed that DJ monster. So
Mhm.
at the time, I set everything up and was recording mixes and putting them on Mixcloud, right? Um then the pandemic comes around and Mixcloud allowed you to go live. So I was going live on Mixcloud. And then I have a buddy that told me about Twitch. And I said, oh, okay, what's that? Right. So I went on Twitch and started really enjoying going live on Twitch. I think one time I was on Twitch, I went live like 3 times in one day just because.
3 times in one day, wow.
Just
Yeah,
because.
that's a
And then
lot.
and then I mean you start learning things about yourself on camera, what you look like. You're your biggest critic, right? So
Yeah,
you fix your angles to
100%.
look this way, and
Yeah,
lighting plays a big part of it as well. So
mhm.
after doing that, about a month and a half later, I'm on Twitch now. So uh
Were you
yeah,
convinced when you first saw the app? Because I really feel that, you know, now that so many people have come on board with this app, and I hope Twitch hears this, because I have so many ideas for Twitch. I always
right.
say that they also need to hire me, maybe part time at this
Yeah, they
point.
should definitely hire
'Cause
you.
yeah, because I have so many ideas for it, and especially the way it's presented, because it was originally a gamers app, but now we
Mhm.
have talk shows, fitness shows, gamers. We have so many people in this community, not just gamers, but like, motivational shows,
Right,
DJs. So I
right,
feel like they need to make the app more, obviously more easier, more efficient, but also the marketing of it. When I first saw it, I wasn't convinced. I was like, even just the way it looks, everything screams gaming, right?
right.
So I think if they make it more friendlier and also, marketed it differently to Facebook and YouTube and all these other platforms differently.
Mhm.
And even the music category, I thought about like we're lumped in with live music
Yes,
performers, with people that play
yes.
guitar and everything. They should have a separate DJ category specifically for DJs and even sponsorships. I think about like every sponsorship that I got, and I've gotten a lot or I've gone a lot over the past year, but
Mhm.
unfortunately, it's all gamer stuff. And there was one that came in recently that was Hello Fresh, which I really
Yes,
wanted to use, and I was excited about that. But then it was just only
yes.
US based. So I
Right.
was like, oh, come on. Like, you got to have more sponsors. Like, not a what do you want me to do? Like buy a
Well,
Nintendo and start gaming? Because I
you
will
have
do
to
that,
you have to understand
But
something now.
mhm.
I remember going on
So what do
Twitch.
you think? Yeah.
So I remember going on Twitch, and it wasn't intimidating. The only intimidating part
Mm,
was, hey, I never really talked on a microphone, right? I can talk, yes, but
mhm. Yeah,
I
you
didn't.
can,
I
yeah.
hated talking on the microphone. When I
Really?
DJ parties or whatnot, there was always an MC, so I didn't have to talk. I just had to play the music. So
Mhm.
Twitch actually helped me get out of my comfort zone of talking on the mic because I hate my voice, right? So
What? You have a
yes,
great
yeah.
voice. You really
Hey,
do, actually. You
well,
do.
I appreciate. Thank
Yeah.
you. I appreciate that. I never really cared
Mhm.
for the microphone, right? But Twitch
Hmm.
helped me get out of that, right? So you'll see me now. I can talk all day on this damn thing, right?
Yeah,
Um,
and you have a strong
yes,
voice, like, it's a
right.
good I think,
Well, I appreciate that.
because
Thank
yeah, for me, it's like, you guys know turntablism, so you know when you listen. For me,
you.
I
Mhm.
have an ear for voices, so I've
Yes.
been in chat rooms where I'm like, "You have a really great voice," and people
Well,
or mods think I'm
I
trying to
appreciate
yeah, and people on mods, it's funny because I remember saying that to, well, the DJ, I won't mention it,
that.
and
Mhm.
all these women and the mods in the room are like, "You better be careful saying that. He's got a wife." I was like, "Dude, like, I come from radio. This guy's, like, 40 years older than me." I'm not gonna say who it is, but he's
Right.
much older than me, and I'm not interested. It's just for me, that's something I noticed, kinda like how
Right.
you pick up, how DJs pick up,
Mhm.
like, good DJing skills.
Right.
Coming
Right.
from radio, I always have an ear for, like, a really good voice, right?
Well, that's
So and I
I
always
I
compliment
I
anyone that I
I
hear.
appreciate
Yeah,
that. I
yeah.
never like my voice. I hate my voice. I hate to hear my voice.
Hmm,
But
wow.
coming from someone that says that's that's one insecurity of mine that I really have. I hate the way my voice sounds, right?
Wow. No, I
But
think it's great. Yeah.
well, I thank you. I appreciate that. But yeah, I've
Mhm.
never really liked this voice. No, never.
See, and it's interesting because we all have different
Yes, we
insecurities.
do.
It's
Yes.
amazing. Like even the biggest streamers or the biggest people on Instagram, like everyone could pinpoint something that they don't like about themselves, which I find so interesting because the world doesn't see it that way. But a lot of
Right.
times we're our biggest critics. I
Yes,
am
we are.
myself too with so many things. Like you get in your head so much with different things, but then that's not really how the world perceives you, right?
Right.
So it's kind of interesting how that happened. But I know emceeing and hosting has really helped a lot. Twitch has really
Yes,
helped a lot of DJs
yes.
develop that
Oh yeah,
because
definitely.
even huge guys out here for 30 years, I've never heard them use their voice ever
Mhm.
on the
And
mic.
now, and
And
now,
now when I hear
now
them,
you
I'm
can hear
like,
'em.
wow, they're really good. But
Right.
I also like watching their growth, right?
Mhm.
And I think that growth should be given to everyone, not just, because you don't hear people from radio chopping. Well, maybe you do. Not as much though. I hear more
Right.
DJs chopping each other up on DJ skills and different things like that. But you won't really hear someone say, "Oh, hey, you're not really great at emceeing or hosting," or like, on the mic, right?
Right.
But I
Right.
like to actually see someone develop, like, I don't mind that. I really like seeing how they're kind of, like, intimidated at first and kind, because it shows that they're more human, right?
Oh yeah.
They could
Oh
be
yeah.
great turntablists, but just listening to them, I like, and I can list so many guys on here that I've seen that have never said anything on the mic, and now they're, even when they go out now DJing gigs, they're actually emceeing, which is really cool, you
Right.
know? 'Cause why
Yeah.
hire a MC? Like, why hire a separate MC when you go out if you can get paid for that too? Why not do everything,
Well, I
right?
mean, look, I mean, now I can do everything, but
Mhm.
before, nah, you wouldn't catch me on the microphone and say, "Yo,
Really? And
yep,
you're an entertainer, so that kinda surprises me 'cause you have that personality of an entertainer. I don't
right."
feel like you have the personality just to DJ. Like, I feel like even with your show, I don't know if you've ever thought about turning it into more of like a TV show, but
Oh
I
no.
feel like you have that personality to do that. So you should think about different things, you know?
Well,
Not
like
everyone has that personality.
stop it, KD. Stop it, KD. Yeah. I mean, I've thought about certain things because I am very comfortable with this now, right? So
Mhm.
the possibilities end this, but before, oh no, you like I said, you wouldn't
Mhm.
catch me in front of this thing to save my life. Mm-mm.
Oh, wow. Well, that's good. That's good that you've developed it.
Oh yeah.
How long have you been on Twitch, for as well?
So I'm about to hit this 2-year mark. So
2 years.
I'm about
Okay.
to hit the 2 years.
Amazing. And what are your I just wanna say hello to Stirs to Soul. Good to see you.
Stars
Thanks
the
for
soul.
coming
How you
through as
doing?
well.
How you
Hope you're
doing?
doing well. He just came back from Florida. His daughter actually had a grad. She's beautiful. She looks like literally like she should be in a pageant,
Right.
like a supermodel. So but I don't know if he was in your area,
Uh,
because DJ Styles is from Tampa. The Stories of Soul, I don't know. You're somewhere in Florida. Let us know. But good to see you. So 2 years on Twitch, do you have,
mhm.
like, any goals? Because I know you're obviously in Tweaks, one of his groups. Like, what are some things that you think have been helpful, I guess, and what are some goals of yours for Twitch as well?
Honestly, the only goal that I really truly have is to be able to bring my love of music, whatever that is, whether
Mhm.
it's old school, new school, country, uh, pop rock, whatever it is, whatever that love I have for music, I want to bring it to the masses. That's really the only goal I've ever really had for this platform. I never had the um, I never wanted to, be partner. I that doesn't do anything for me, right?
Mhm.
I love music. I love to play music and meet people, of course. And that's I'm simple. I'm a real humble, modest dude that's happens to be a DJ, and I just love to play music for people and talk to people. That's really it, right? Um, I
Yeah.
I build relationships. So again, I'm prior military, and
Mhm.
I was a supervisor, so I had people under me. And one of the things you have to do is you have to know how to talk to people. You have to build relationship and nurture those relationships, and that's really all I want to do on this. That's really it.
Mhm.
That's all it is. That's the only
Hmm.
goal I really have
Mhm.
for myself and for anyone that I come in contact with.
Yeah, what do you say to people that are just starting? Because I know it could be really intimidating and, some people are just like, "Oh, I don't know if I wanna get started or get involved with that." Like, what would you tell people
I would I
regardless
would
of their skill set
I would
level, you
say
know?
I would say don't be afraid of the camera.
Mhm.
Don't be afraid of what you look like in the camera. Show your personality. Show me who you are, and don't even think about the camera. Play to your strengths, but at the same time, work on those weaknesses so that those become strengths as well. That's what I
Yeah.
would say.
Yeah, that's some great advice, I would say, because people,
My man
I've
Big
talked
Mark
to
is here.
people.
What's up, Big
Yeah.
Mark?
How you doing, DJ Big Mark? Great to see you. Thanks for coming through as well. Yeah, I think that's some great advice too. Oh gosh, DJ, maybe don't do that. Stream like you are baked. That you're naked. I don't
Oh,
know. No. I don't
oh
know how
my.
that would be streaming like you're naked.
Honestly,
I don't know.
honestly,
Hmm.
honestly,
I
what
have a
he
feeling
is
you guys might do that. I don't
no,
know
no, no.
about
Honestly,
myself.
honestly, what he is what Big Mark is saying is very true, right? Okay, so um in the military, we go to certain schools, right? We learn how to talk in front of people. One of the things we are told is imagine everybody in the room naked so that you
Mhm.
don't feel nervous or anything like that. It's like an icebreaker, right? So you imagine everybody in the room naked and just start talking.
Well,
You're
they always say that when you public
yes,
speak, but
yes, public, yeah.
you don't have time to imagine anything. You're,
Oh, I
like, trying
can.
to figure out
Oh,
your
I
net oh,
can.
yeah,
I
I
definitely
can't. Maybe
can.
it's different for women and men. I have no
No,
idea because
I definitely
I
can.
I definitely can't, like, at all. Like, if you're on a stage, you're thinking your next word, like, you're literally stuttering if it's a massive crowd, or you feel like you're gonna pass out. How are you gonna now start imagining people naked in front of you? I
Well,
don't think that's ever worked,
again,
that saying.
you have all these nerves, right?
Yeah.
You come out on a stage and there's a room full of people. Imagine everybody in the room naked, and boom, you can go. I'm
Yeah,
telling
I
you.
could never do that in
That-
boardrooms,
I have no,
nothing.
yeah, I'd have no
Delivering
nerves.
speeches.
I'd have no nerves. I'm like, ooh, I just imagine
Really?
it. And what I'm saying, you can imagine somebody naked and start talking. Like, ooh, well,
Mhm.
all right, well, you're naked. Well, let's see. You have on this red shirt, but I mean, underneath, I've already seen you naked, so I can imagine what it actually looks like. And you, sir, with the pants or the shoes, okay, I can imagine that you have a big fat toe or something, and a big old pinky toe too. I mean, you just start, you, everything just starts flowing. That's you're no longer nervous, is what I'm saying.
Stirs to Soul says stands on stage and stares. Maybe this is a guy thing. I don't know. Any ladies in the room? I hate to generalize, but like,
Hey, me
can
too,
you?
Booters. I
I
do the
can't.
same thing, Booters.
I can't at all. I think it's just you two and maybe Stirs. Ah, we'll throw Junior in there too. Junior's another bad one too. Junior, Stirs, DeSoul, and also DJ Big Mark. You
Well, I
know,
mean, again, I did public speaking in the military, so I know how to talk. I can go in a room and just talk to people, right? I'm not nervous, right?
Minnie says, Pris is like, I never picture people naked, you know. Yeah, I don't think, I think that's just a saying. I've never heard that whatsoever before, you know. I think that's just a saying to relieve your whatever, your public, because they say public speaking is um the worst fear, like even over death, public speaking, you know? And it's interesting how extroverts get so afraid. Like I get really freaked out too if there's like a massive crowd in front of me and like I'll literally feel like in my head, like I'm gonna pass out, you know?
Right,
But I find it easier when the crowd is away. I don't know if that makes sense to you. Like I find sometimes I get more nervous sometimes on Twitch and there could only be like maybe you get a big raid and it's like 100 people and that's huge for Twitch, right?
right.
But like that's crazy to me because you're on stages with hundreds of people
Never get.
every
I
single time in real time
never
and you
get
don't get
nervous.
nervous. And then
Never
if
get
you do even
nervous.
bigger stage events, like say Dundas Square, or like, I did the Jazz Fest before and it was
Right.
like
Hmm.
thousands and thousands. It was like probably 500,000 people. It was a lot of people at the Jazz Fest. And that was the only time where I'm like, oh my gosh, I'm the only one on stage. And you're not behind your equipment now. You're walking in the very front of the stage where people could judge everything from how you look, what you're wearing, to how you present yourself. And you're the only one talking on that mic.
Hmm.
Like, but I found it helpful with people far away from me because if I take off my glasses, it just looks like a sea of people and you can't really see their
Right.
faces clearly, right?
Right.
But I get
Right.
more nervous in a board, like when I used to be in a boardroom speaking. like say to staff, and them thinking maybe you're stupid or didn't really know what you're talking about, or they're rolling their eyes at you, like I would get more nervous seeing people's reactions to me in a, I don't know if that has that happened to you? It's very
Um,
strange. I don't know
again,
why.
like I said, we've been trained to learn how to speak in front of people. It's one of the things you have to do and be graded on to go to this and that level, right? So
Mhm.
you work through. You have people that get up and just fidget and doing this, and they honestly truly don't know they're actually doing it. And you
Mhm.
learn how to not fidget. You learn how to command the room and work the room, right? You
Yeah,
don't
it's true.
you damn sure don't want to walk back and forth, but you want to use the entire area that you have and be comfortable enough with that area, and just navigate through it and just talk and just be presented to an audience of whatever, if it's 10, 100, 1,000. As long as you know as long as you can take that and you know the area and you work that area, you're good.
Yeah, like Toastmasters actually really helped me,
Yes, yes,
and you would
yes.
think that like an introvert would be more nervous than an extrovert, but for me, I don't know, maybe because I get in my head too, if I really care about something, then
Right.
you're constantly you can't just shut down your brain even after like a DJ gig. I don't know how if you have been like that. It's hard for I think DJs in general, like they're pumping up a crowd. So you have like 500 or a few hundred people in front of you and it's constant energy the whole
Mhm,
time, right?
mhm,
So it's very
mhm.
hard to just gradually lower that after a gig. So it's kind of hard to just, okay, I'm just going to go to sleep. I'm going to just pack my equipment because you're constantly thinking about everything about that night, right? I don't know if how it is with you, if you're kind of the same way. Like say if you do a wedding or like a big gig, like, is it hard to kind of wind down
No,
like gradually? Oh
no,
no, you're
no, no,
good.
no, because I'm all gas, no brakes. Everybody knows that.
Oh, yeah.
So I'm gonna bring you up, but I'm also gonna bring you down. But at the same time, I'm bringing you down. I'm bringing
Mhm.
myself down, right? So by the
Oh,
time I'm
okay.
done, we're even kill, and then you just pack it up and just go on with the next thing. I try not to think about, you know, you know, the gig
Mhm.
or say the stream or whatever. I may go back and watch it and grab clips or something, but I try not to
Mhm.
think about it a lot. I just try to, give a good quality show and go on to the next thing.
Yeah, for sure. So why don't you tell people like say your times, kind of the shows you bring. I got a chance to watch your last show, which I really enjoyed. Your remixes were like unbelievable. Some of that R&B, I'm like, are
Right.
you a DJ that may share a few songs because I
Um,
might need to
yes,
snatch one
I
or
actually
two from
I
you.
have shared a lot of music with DJs. So you and
Yeah, you had
I will,
some tight
I have
remixes.
your email and I'll add you to my list and I will put stuff in there and you can go grab it and use it as well.
Okay. Oh, awesome. Yeah. Yeah. Hey, I'd appreciate that because you
Yeah,
have
no
some
problem. Yeah,
really, really good.
I will definitely
Some of the
add you to
remixes
my
I had to
list.
stop. I was like packing my groceries in my, or pulling them out, putting them
You
in
say
my fridge when
you was grocery
and I was
shopping
like,
now too?
wait a second. I was like, I can't Shazam this because it's just going to show the original. Like,
Right,
I need like this remix. It's so good. Yeah, it was really
right.
good. You did a
Yeah.
really great set.
Well,
And
I
you're doing really
appreciate that.
good for 2 years. Like, you're doing really good too with, just, people coming to your show and following you as well. And I know it can be very up and down like that as a streamer, as we talked about,
Mhm.
off camera. How do you keep like I guess just encourage too because sometimes people don't realize how much work it is, to put into say a talk show, a music
Right,
show, whatever it is that you do as a streamer, and then, sometimes you could get in your head a little bit, of course, because it's always preached on social media and online. It's everywhere you go. Facebook, Instagram, YouTube. That's why this whole month I'm like, I'm sorry, guys. I can't be on a lot of shows. I got to just like take a break from social media, especially after the big raid I did.
right.
But
Yep.
how do you kind of balance that? Because
Well,
everyone's telling you, you got to do this, you got to do that. And they're
you
constantly pumping it out. Like
you and
it
I
could be a
you and
little
I
much.
you and I actually had that conversation the other day.
Yeah, we
Um,
did. Yeah. So I
um,
know I'll help someone in the room, and that's why I wanted
no, no, no.
to kind of touch base on
That's
it.
completely fine.
Yeah.
The biggest thing is again not to get in, not to get in your head. Stay out of your head,
Mhm.
right? Um, I mean, there was struggles. I mean, I'm like, man, I'm playing this and I'm only playing to this, but I started using that to my advantage to become, it was times where I played for 5 and 10 people, but
Mhm.
I was really engaged with those 5 and 10 people, right? So I always try to remind myself that it does not matter. It could be 1, 5, 10, 20, 100, that they're all going to get the same exact show. You have to remember that.
Mhm.
And then just again, be yourself, right?
Mhm.
Um, don't think about it. Try not to think about it as much. I mean, me and KD, she's my mod. We have conversations all the time, and
Mhm.
I just, we help each other out. And she listens to me, I listen to her, and I listen to her more than anything because she knows we vibe really well, right? And that shows in the stream. I just play the music. Honestly, I let the music tell me what to do a lot of
Mhm.
times, right? I
Mhm.
just try to flow, and I will talk to you. I will, as you see me, I get my boogie on. I dance half the
Mhm.
time. I will dance for throughout the entire stream. People, they see me do it all the time. So you just gotta, you know what works for you, right?
Yeah.
So continue using what works for you, but just be yourself, let your personality show, and just have fun with it. That's really
Yeah.
all I can, just have fun with it. And
I agree.
smile. And
100%. I know. I gotta smile. Sometimes I'm like, do I have lipstick on my teeth? I don't know. Sometimes I wonder about that. Sometimes my lipstick runs to my chin on the mic. I was like, what the heck? I can't believe I was doing an
I,
entire
I
show.
remember I remember
Especially
you
when
said
you're
that. I
wearing
remember
red
you
lipstick.
said it in the streets. You said, "Wait, do I got lipstick on my teeth?" I was like,
Especially
"No,
when
you don't.
especially
Just
when you're
smile."
yeah, especially when you're, like, wearing red lipstick. I don't know how it lands over here, like, when you're touching the mic, but sometimes that happens on my show.
My man
Hey,
Deuce is here.
Junior,
What's
thank
up,
you
Deuce?
how you
Orlando
doing?
is here.
Oh, yeah, there's a few in the building. How you doing, DJ Deuce? Good to see you. Thanks for coming through. And of course, we got Edge, of course, Edge that came through as well. Thanks for coming in. And a few others slipped in the back door tilt. And I want to thank Junior. Speaking of mods, all the mods are the true
Oh yeah.
MVPs. They
Oh
really
yeah.
are.
Definitely.
Like you
Definitely.
guys make our shows, there's nothing and they hear everything. They hear everything from us, like the good
Yes.
times, the bad times,
Oh
the
yeah.
our complaints, our sometimes you just go through a lot of different things, right, when you're streaming. And yeah, I would say the mods are definitely family,
Oh yeah. Oh,
so
they're
big
definitely
shout
family.
out,
Oh yeah.
to
It
Junior.
definitely shows mod love for
Exactly.
real.
And I wanted to say thank you so much, Junior. Wow, 500 bits. Thank you so
Oh,
much.
thank you for the
And all
biddies.
those other bits, Junior. Thank you so much. Wow, geez. You're really giving up your cheesecake and tequila for DJ Honeyflow today, and that's a mod of mine. Thank you so much, Junior. I can't wait to see. He's in Alabama. I can't wait to see him, and just
He's in
so many
Alabama.
great mods.
What part of Alabama is he in? Is he at?
Oh, actually, yeah. What part are you from, Junior? And then we also have, Mimi Berry. She did so much work for me on that raid. She spent like a month doing graphics,
Right.
and solid straight, like with 100 people. It was
That was a
amazing.
that was a dope raid train that you had, and you and I've talked about it, and I said, hey, we had a conversation about that raid, and I said, just do this, and everything else is going to work out. So I was glad, everything worked out the way it did. But you did a great job. So
Oh, thanks. I mean, yeah, I definitely couldn't have done it with, anyone. Yeah, make sure I couldn't have done it without my mods. They're the true MVPs,
yeah,
Clarky,
oh yeah, oh
Mimi
yeah.
Berry Jr. And yeah, and if you guys need graphics, make sure you hit up Mimi Berry LDN, because she really put so much work into it and she asked for nothing. And I'm still
Junior
trying to,
is in
yeah.
Huntsville. Ooh,
Oh, yeah, Huntsville.
we need to
I
have
think it's about an 18-hour drive. I already Googled
we need
it.
to have a conversation.
I wish you were closer because we would definitely be besties. Like we would definitely be, because he's a major foodie and so am I. But he says really crazy things all the time about aisle two and
You
looking.
can't be no foodie if you won't eat no seafood though.
I am, but now I need to get back to salads, so that's what I'm doing right now. No cheesecake. Had enough of that in
I
quarantine,
love I
so
love I
yeah,
love
no.
cheesecake. I love
Ugh,
cheesecake.
so do I. And we only have one cheesecake factory out here, and people wait 5 to 6 hours, like and the cheesecake is half your size, and it's $14. It's, like,
Mm,
this big, it's tiny. It's not like US sizes. Your
right.
sizes are like, in Florida, it's crazy.
Oh, yeah.
The size is
Oh,
for,
yeah.
like, 4 meals,
Oh, man.
you know?
Jeez.
And especially when you probably go to Alabama and some of these other places, for sure, you
Well,
know?
I mean, so I'm in the panhandle of Florida, so I'm closer to Alabama, right?
Oh,
So
okay.
I'm what is that? What's that? 5 hours from Huntsville. I'm 5 hours
Oh,
from
are you?
Atlanta. I'm
Oh.
3 hours from New
Oh,
Orleans.
wow.
I'm
Mhm.
6 hours from Nashville. So I'm around everything. So yeah, I can go anywhere, right?
Oh, okay. Oh, that's good. Yeah, that's awesome. I didn't realize you were that close,
Oh
like,
yeah.
to
Oh yeah.
different places. Do you still travel a lot too?
Oh, what you mean? All the time.
Oh, you do? Okay, you gotta definitely come to Canada. You guys gotta
I'm
come out
coming
here to
to Canada.
Toronto for
I'm going to
sure.
come. Toronto
Alabama's
is
too
on my
far.
list.
Alabama, I would love to drive, but it's like 18 hours. That's a far drive, and
Well, you
Florida's
if you
kinda far
fly if
too.
you fly here, we'll go to Alabama. How about that?
Alright, deal.
And
I'll
and
definitely come
and
out.
we'll go to New Orleans.
I have a reason to come now to Tampa because I don't know anyone.
And we'll go to Atlanta.
Oh, yeah, Atlanta, there's lots of Twitchers there,
Oh
you
yeah.
know? Yeah.
Oh
So,
yeah. Oh yeah.
there's
I got you.
tons of people in the
I
ATL.
got you. I got you.
I don't know.
And
Yeah.
then and then I'm gonna introduce you to some oysters and some gator bites.
No, I'm good. I'm gonna stick to chicken, and I'm not gonna
No.
trust you too when you say,
What you
"Hey, this
mean?
is chicken." I'm
Wait
not
a minute.
gonna trust you. You're
Wait.
probably
You
gonna
can't
slip
so
me
wait,
some.
you're saying you can't trust his face?
Mm, no, not really. No. That right there says screams, "I don't trust." Just kidding. Oh, I don't know. I gotta zoom in. You're still so far away. You're like this tiny. Like who can see you? You're worse than Stirs de Soul. Like his head was this tiny on the camera. And then you guys bug me.
She
And
just
then
said that she can't trust me.
you
Hmm.
guys also bug me saying, "Oh, why don't you dance more, Honey Flow? Oh, why don't you smile more? Oh, why don't you wear this, Honey Flow?" It's like, what do you think I am? Like, you think I'm like I could do everything like in front of the camera? And meanwhile,
You
you guys are so
you don't
far
trust
away.
me? Oh,
You guys are so far away from the camera and so stiff, and then you guys say I'm stiff or awkward in front of the camera. Nah, you know, you guys aren't zoomed in like I am. I'm pretty zoomed in right now. You guys aren't. Anyways, so Stir says I knew she was gonna go there.
yeah,
I gotta
stirs.
have you back on my show, Stirs. That was fun. But Stirs is like this on camera. He's like,
Hey,
"Hey guys,
hey, stirs.
how's it going?"
Y'all
He's
should
like very
invite me on
stiff
that one.
like a robot, like
I should
this
definitely be on that stream
in the
with y'all.
camera.
I definitely should be on
Actually, you
that one
know
with
what?
y'all.
I'm gonna do an aisle too. Would you like to come on? I would love to
Hell yeah,
have
I
you
want
on.
to come on now too.
But I'm kind of afraid of what you're gonna say. I don't know what you're gonna say. I don't know.
I'd be the love doctor on aisle too. How about that?
So if you think you're the why do you think you're the love doctor? Let's go to this
Yeah,
aisle 2. Let's go
yeah.
there right now. I'm
Aisle
curious
two.
about that.
Aisle two.
So what do you think? How are you confident that you could be the love doctor? Like what advice do you have? Is there any advice you have on relationships?
Hmm,
I'm curious about that now. Now I'm gonna put you on. You're
hmm.
the first guy I put on the spot on my show, by the way, in a year. I have not talked about this because some guys are like, "Don't. I'm a persona. Don't talk about my personal life," which I'm fine. I
um,
respect that. But you seem like
um,
an open book, so we're gonna go there.
com- communication is key. Communication
Oh,
is key,
okay,
right? You have to know how to
that's true.
communicate. and
That's true.
and you have to you know what, you have to know how to read. You have to be able to
Hmm.
read a female, right? But you've
Hmm.
also got to be able to communicate that you know how to read that female, right?
Hmm.
So yeah, communication is very key, but you got to be able to read her.
Have you ever been off like reading a woman and it just went like left on you?
Um, yes,
Yeah.
but it quickly went back right.
Oh, okay. Hmm. All right. Well, DJ Deuce agrees with you. He says facts. I
Oh yeah,
agree
oh yeah.
too.
You have to
Communication
communicate. Communicate is big.
is
Communication is
key.
huge, very huge,
We're gonna definitely
and
have you on my
you
show.
have to smile.
I have to smile. Yeah, I should smile more. I don't know. I get it's different out here though. People don't do that. They consider you crazy. If you're on the subway and you're smiling like that at people, they're going to consider you creepy.
Hey,
So
look,
maybe you could
um,
give me some advice to head
this is
out there,
you know
what I
what?
could do.
Here's what I'm gonna tell you. This is
DJ
a
Big
DJ
Mark says you just need a big wallet.
This is a DJ Styles must. Okay, if we're in a club and I'm DJing, I'm zeroing in on the one female that is over
Mhm.
in the corner, that's the one that's hiding away, the one that doesn't want to be seen. That's the one who I'm going after, right? I'm trying to get her to the dance floor. If I get that one to the dance floor, everybody
Mhm.
else will come, right?
Mhm.
So at the same time, you that person that's in the shadows, that's in the corner, that's the one you want to talk to.
Mhm.
That's
Hmm.
the one you want to
That's
communicate
interesting.
with.
I don't know, these days I see everyone talking to everyone and everyone all over the place. So but then you'll have them come up to you, like, for example, I have not been to the club in, like, years because A, the
Re-
pandemic,
really,
and B,
Katie?
I don't know, it's
Really,
just
Katie?
different now. I'm not feeling it. But I had to go to this club for the live to air with the radio station, like, just, just wanted to drop by and say hi.
Right.
So I went and, I guess I was the only one wearing the hat in the building. So a lot of guys
Mhm.
were coming up saying, "Ooh, we like your hat," or "Ooh, we've been watching you all night," whatever, blah, 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 what they're saying to me. And they're all saying the same thing, which is okay. I like that they like my hat, but they're all like, "Oh, we were watching you all night, and I could tell you're a classy woman," and yada, yada, yada. They kept going on. And then 2 seconds later, they're like all over the place with like a million other women. Like, I don't know. I can't even
So
describe
here, so here's the
what
question: do you know
happened
how to
there. So I'm
dance?
just
You
like,
know how to
the
dance,
hell
right?
is that? Well, yeah, but I'm not gonna be like up in the air like I see some of the women that I saw. I was just like, "Is this quarantine? Is it just coming out of COVID? Like, what just happened here?" I'm still
I would.
masked up. I'm the only person with a mask on, and I'm trying to, I'll talk to these people, but I just find that a lot of guys will be like, "I've been watching you all night, and I was just interested in talking to you," and and then 2 seconds later, you'll see them, like, all over the place with, like, so many different people. So for me, I don't know. That's a bit of a turn off, you know?
Right.
So
Of course. I mean, of course it would be. If a guy walks up and just say, "Hey, I like your hat, but I've been
and they'll
noticing you."
spend, like, 20
You know.
minutes or, like, a long time talking to you. It's just,
Right.
like, trying to convince you, right? So, I don't know. I don't get it, you know?
Right.
But it
Well, I
just
mean,
feels a little more crazier now that
oh
people
yeah,
are out of Florida, I felt like was always open,
oh yeah.
but here it wasn't
We've
really
been open.
open. And
We've been
now that
open
I
since
see people
September
out.
of 2020.
Yeah, exactly. Oh, taste like Katie says, "You listening, don't use any of those lines in the gym." You know? I don't mind cheesy lines in the gym. I think they're fun. Like, I love those 90, the 90 lines?
Yeah. Hmm.
Like, I love those lines. I miss that actually, you know? Those were fun. That was
Well,
fun.
you do have a pretty smile though.
Well, thank you. I appreciate that. So, yeah. Anyways, I
What?
know you always say that. You always bug
What?
me all the time.
What?
Whatever. You're not doing that
I
on my
tell you that
show.
all. I do tell you that all the time. You
I
do.
know what you're trying to do. Not
I
gonna
am
work.
not. What? What am I trying? I'm not trying to do anything. I'm not trying to
I'm
do
just
anything.
joking.
I'm not trying to do
Um,
anything.
I'm just trying to read some of these comments here. Let's see here. Oh, Clark, he's like the eyeballs. Yeah. Anyways, yeah, no, I definitely want to bring you. I think I need to do another relationship show again. It was fun. It was fun with Stirs de Soul and Flo, and they're
Oh yeah,
bantering me.
bring me
I was
on.
bantering them.
We will have a good time. I
Yeah,
promise.
it was fun. They're definitely bugging me, and then they got all offended when I was asking them about their dating life. I was like, "Guys, this is like a relationship show. Like, is it that private to say you're dating? Like, is it that big of a like, is it that taboo
Well, I
to
mean,
admit that you'd like
it
to have
depends.
someone in your
It
life?"
depends on the actual relationship that you're in, right? It really depends. Is if the relationship is kind of new and you're still trying to figure out and
No,
navigate it,
everyone was all
you don't want to
single.
say that. You don't want to say anything, right?
Oh, oh, okay, I get what you're saying.
Yeah,
Yeah. No,
yeah.
everyone was single, but the thing that I noticed with singles is people just, they don't I feel like they don't I feel like a lot of singles don't actively look. I think that's the problem. I think people have just given up in this day and age. So they're just like, I'm just gonna do me, like forget about it, you know?
Every
So
everybody has a list of things, right?
mhm.
Everybody has a list. Whether it's a big list or a small list, everyone has a list. And of course, you're measuring up everybody to this list, but you're going to also knock down the ones that you know aren't even going to make it to the list, right?
Mhm.
So,
But
you
sometimes
know,
you gotta throw out your list because you're never
yes,
gonna
you
find the
do.
perfect person. You just
Well, that's
won't.
just it.
It's just not possible.
You're trying to find the perfect person. There is no perfect person, right?
Exactly.
Every person there is someone for everyone, right?
Mhm.
Is someone gonna make your list and have everything? No, but they're gonna have at least 55, 65, maybe even 75% of that list. The other, the rest of it is, collateral damage, right? Or you
Mhm.
can just take bits and pieces and you can work on it together or whatever, right? That's how you nurture and that's how you build, right?
Yeah.
They're not
No,
gonna
that's
have
true.
everything, but
Yeah, they're
there's
not gonna have everything.
there's
Like
someone for everybody, right?
yeah, like, as long as if she's, like, you know, I don't know, as long as if he's got, like, most of his teeth in and walks straight, at this point, it should be okay, right? Like, I mean, we're at the age where it's pretty much like that now, so as long as if he's got 2 teeth in and can walk normal and maybe doesn't have a lazy eye like this, then
Oh
then
my
it'd
god.
be okay.
Wow.
I don't know,
So
there's
so
a lot of
so wait. So Honey Flu says they gotta have at least all their teeth is
a few
and
teeth.
eyes need to work the right way and not have a lazy eye. Okay,
Yeah,
cool.
come on, ladies, like, stop being so picky. The ladies are
Okay.
picky, for
Okay.
sure.
I at least got that check mark. Okay. I got all my
I
teeth.
didn't get Stir's comment here. Do you get this? He said,
What's
"Real
that?
quick, we gotta divest you of female. Don't bring that to aisle 2, bruh." I don't know. I don't know what you meant by that. I don't know what he meant. Explain, I'm not sure. I missed it.
He
He's
said you gotta divest.
I don't get it. I don't know, I don't get it.
That would be a conversation for the relationship show that we have.
Yeah, exactly. We're totally going off topic here, but that's okay. Let's see here. So DJ Big Mark says you just need to have a big wallet. What kind of gold diggers are you dating, DJ Big Mark? What the heck?
Oh
You
man.
know? That is so not true. I totally disagree. 300% with you, you know? So I disagree. Because
You
that
gotta have
doesn't
a big
happen.
wallet.
That's not true. I've been
Wow.
on dates where guys don't even buy it, like, they don't even buy a drink for themselves. I'm like, "This is the weirdest when someone asks you to Starbucks or, like,
Right.
second cup, like a coffee shop, that's cheap. It's like $2, $5 max for a coffee, and I remember guys would be like, "What did you order?" "I ordered the smallest drink, DJ Styles on the menu," and this could be saved for the relationship show, but the smallest drink, I'm talking like $5, 4.99, and then the guy's like, "What did you order?" Like he was so like I made his pockets really deep, and then
So
he didn't order anything. He didn't wanna
are
order
you
anything. Just
are
like,
you a so
okay.
you're a coffee drinker then?
Yes. Yeah.
Okay.
I drink coffee. Yeah.
Okay. What's your favorite coffee?
Um, I don't know. I just drink any kind of coffee. I don't really have like a specific coffee, I
You
guess.
don't? Really?
No. But
Why
like
not?
Starbucks, I like the caramel macchiatos with like espresso in there. Those are good,
O
you
Okay.
know. So,
Yeah, I thought you had
yeah.
a favorite. I thought you had a favorite.
No, not really, no.
Okay.
I mean, I don't wanna say McDonald's because it sounds really cheap, but McDonald's
Hey,
McDonald's
hey,
coffee is
if
actually
you
really good. It's like
look,
the best coffee
if you like
that
McDonald's coffee, then you like
I'm
McDonald's
pretty
coffee.
simple, like, I'm pretty simple, how simple can you get? But I remember, like, even in quarantine, guys would just be like, "Oh, hey, let's just go for a walk, like, in the woods, like, let's just go for a hike." Like, they didn't even wanna buy, like, tea for
Katie,
themselves. I'm
I'm not
like,
doing anything.
so I disagree with DJ Big Mark saying that women are gold diggers or a big fat wallet. Oh, okay. DJ Big Mark says, "How about a date and they pull out a coupon?" What do you think of that? Hey, if I get a meal paid for, I'm okay. I'm fine with that. I'm okay,
Hey,
you know?
hey, Big Mark is gonna be on the relationship show with us. We're gonna have fun that night. I promise we're gonna have fun. I
I
can't
think
wait to do
DJ
that.
Big Mark's
That is
gonna be
gonna be fun.
trouble.
That's gonna be fun.
He's gonna be trouble. Actually, a funny story about a coupon thing, you guys are bringing me back. When I was in my past relationship, I felt really bad because he kept buying, like, we were big foodies and he kept buying, and then I was getting used to him buying, like, meals for me, like,
Mhm.
it was so often, and then I started feeling guilty. So then I ended up buying this book. It's called The Entertainment Book in Canada. I don't know if you guys have one. It's like this thick. And I bought a huge coupon book for me and him. So I said, I'm like, I'm turning out to be my mom because I'd be like, you pay, but I'll get the free meal. He
Right,
shakes his head. He's like, girl, you are so cheap. But he's like, hey, he's like, my kind of date. You're my kind of woman because he would, we would always use the coupons like everywhere in the city.
right,
And the coupon book was like this big. It was huge. So I don't really care. I think I'm okay with that if they pull out a coupon. I'm
right,
fine with that, just as long as if they don't, like, exit and leave you,
right,
like,
right.
with the
Yeah,
tab or anything crazy, like, do a eat and run or anything crazy like that. But
well,
anyways, we will definitely yeah. Have
yeah,
you had
we'll
anything crazy
I
happen
can't
to
wait
you?
to do that. I really can't wait to do that. Clarky,
Have
Cl
you
what Clarky, I'm good. I'm being good. I'm not doing anything bad. I promise.
Oh, yeah,
She's
I
yeah,
don't know why we're
she's your
talking about
security.
this today. We just are,
Oh,
we are, but
so
we're
what
going
I did
totally
was
off
I
topic.
asked you, "What's up, G?" DJ Garush is here, my brother. How are you?
I've had the
Um,
worst stories though. I'm sure most people haven't had my disaster stories. Like, I applied for CBC, which is a new station out here for the worst dating stories in City Line, and the producers were falling over laughing. And I don't even date that much. And every date is like the worst imaginable thing that could happen. It's like a movie. I don't
right.
know, have you ever if you're your girlfriend's favorite DJ, and women love you, DJ Styles, have you ever had anything disastrous, like, happen to you? I'm curious.
On a date? Hmm,
Yeah.
let me think.
You didn't think I was gonna put you on the spot today, but
No,
hey,
I mean
why not?
you can put me on the spot. That's fine. I'm good. Um,
Yeah.
hmm, have I ever had a thing something disastrous happen on a date?
Yeah, I kinda wanna hear from guys, like, what kinda craziness you guys go through, because we sure go
Well,
through some crazy.
okay. This is not disastrous, but it
Yeah.
could have been. So I was going to this club and I stopped and got gas. And there's a certain female that's with me on the passenger side. She had the window rolled down a little bit so you can kind of see her hair and maybe her eyes, but you couldn't see the rest, right? So I'm at the gas station getting gas, and this other person that I used to hang out with pulls up, right? So I
Mhm.
see the headlights and I see the car and I said, "Oh,
Oh, no.
crap. Oh, this might get bad," right? So she
Oh,
gets out.
shoot.
She gets out and she says, "So, you can't call anybody?" I said, "What
Oh,
do you?"
shoot. She
I'm like,
followed
"What do you?"
you?
I'm like, "What are you talking about?" No, she wasn't following me. It just happens that she went to that gas station.
Oh, shoot. Yeah,
I
right, she was
guess.
probably following you. How did she just
Hey,
happen to go to the gas
hey.
station you're at and
I don't
pull
know.
up at the exact same tank? Come on, DJ Styles. She
I
pulls
don't
up
know.
at the exact same tank you're at? No,
Well,
I
hey,
think she
look.
was following you.
Hey, I don't know.
She
I
probably
wasn't.
had GPS on your phone, like a tracker.
Well, it's funny because she's like, "Oh, you can't call anybody?" I said, "What? We hung out, we did this. You had other things going on that you couldn't deal with. So we said we would just be cool." Right. So
Mhm.
I went, I hung out with somebody else, and she happens to be at the same gas station. Right. So
Mhm.
I get my gas. She wants to argue and fuss. I'm like, I don't have time for that. I got to go. So we pull off and we're on our way to the club.
Mhm.
How about 10 minutes later, my phone
Oh,
rings and it's
no.
her. Um, I'm not done talking to you, blah, 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 blah. I said, well, I'm going my way to the club. So unless you just want to hear music in the background, that's the only way we're gonna talk. Right. So I hung up the phone and say about 30 minutes later, we're actually in the club. And she actually calls again. And I'm like, I can't hear you, right? But
Mhm.
the person I'm with is like really not feeling it. So she actually just walks away, right? So I hang up the phone and I'm like, where did she go? Now I gotta go fix this situation. I was like,
Oh,
eh,
no.
I'm not gonna mess with it. So the craziest part is that we're in a salsa club, and this lady comes up and says, "Hey, you want to dance?" I'm like, "Sure." So we're on the dance floor.
Oh, no.
so
Yeah.
the female, so the female that rode with me comes in, and she sees us dancing, and she walks up. "Excuse me, I'm ready to go." I said, "Okay, cool, no problem." But then she turns around and walks away and goes sit down. And mind you, I said, "Hey, I apologize. I came with her." She says, "No, it's fine. We can finish this dance and then you can go take care of whatever you need to take care of." I said, "Okay, cool." We finished the dance. And before I leave, she says, "Hey, here." So she gives me her number. I'm like, "Oh, okay, cool." So then I go tend to this other one over here, and she's hot, bothered, upset. And we get in the car and we're driving home.
Mhm.
And she's just really going about, "I can't believe you disrespected me," and blah 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 blah. I'm like, I didn't
Mhm.
disrespect you. She called. I did everything I could to, you know, give you all the attention that you wanted at the time, and I got off the phone with her as quickly as I could. You can't be upset with me for that, right?
Mhm.
That's probably one of that's one of those where it's like, yo, okay, that was kind of bad. Mini priest, thank you, love. I appreciate it.
Yeah, thanks for coming through, mini priest Priss. I always say Priss. Is it Priest? I always say mini Priss.
So
Thank
yeah,
you so much for
so
coming through as
that
well.
one was that
We're
one was
going
kind
off
of
topic with dating now because 'cause I'm just
that one
curious
was kind of
what you
that
think.
one was kind of bad. But other than that, that's really, I've not really had too many bad
So
ones.
you're a juggler. You're not only a juggler
Oh,
on the turntables.
I'm not a juggler.
You're a juggler with women in the
No, I
club.
am not. No, I am not a juggler. I am not a
I don't know,
juggler.
it
No,
kinda
no,
sounds like it to me. Clarky says,
no.
"I would have followed you in the club too." Oh, man. Stirs the Soul says, "You can find me in the
Wow.
club." So he's ready to drop the beat.
Hey, Big Mark.
Oh,
I'm
man.
gonna answer my phone, bro. I'm gonna answer the phone.
Did you
It's
have a
it's gonna happen.
fedora on too when you were in the club? Like,
Say what?
little player? Did you have a fedora on when you were in the club too?
No, not that night.
Juggling all
No,
these women, like, with
I
a
don't.
toothpick in your mouth?
I'm not a juggler. I do not juggle women like that. I do not. I
Mm,
promise you, I don't.
I don't know. Anyways, taste like KD knows. She says I'm rolling. DJ Big Mark says pull his player card. Exactly. I agree. He
What?
could be an
What you mean? Because
undercover
because I
player.
picked the phone up? Because I picked up the phone?
Oh yeah, Clarky's Bayesian. You can't mess with a Bayesian man. She says she would have followed him. She would have followed you and started quarreling hard with you. And she's got a great Bayesian accent, though. You might like her fighting with you because she really does have a great accent, Bayesian
I,
accent.
I'm a
You
lover,
know,
not a fighter. I'm a lover, not a fighter. I don't fight.
yeah. Oh yeah, tastes like Katie says probably a Kango. He probably had a Kango hat on. I could see that. I could see that. Yeah. Well, that would have been interesting to see that night. I don't know. It's always interesting. Yeah, I'm definitely going to have you on the relationship show. I should try to have one as well. So, I
So let me
will
ask you this
probably,
then. Let me ask you
yeah.
this. Let me ask you this. When I come to Toronto to visit,
Mhm.
where are you gonna take me?
Um, hmm. I got to think about it.
Ooh, look
Um,
at you.
well, I mean, it would probably be the typical touristy stuff, right? Like,
I don't want to do that.
I have like the, you know, what place was
I don't want to
really
do
great?
tourist
Oh,
stuff.
yes. That's where we'll take him. That's where we'll take him, Clarky. That would be hilarious. So my all my disaster stories, I told you about the club was at Sugar Daddy's. So that's exactly where I'm gonna take you. And I'm gonna sit in the corner and buy a nice drink for myself and laugh at you all night with all these crazy women like coming at you, you know, and
Wow,
I'm gonna
really?
enjoy myself
Really?
laughing at all the crazy stuff that happens to you and see how you dodge yourself
Hey,
out of
wait,
it.
wait, is
And these
Clarky is
are, you know,
Clarky's gonna come too?
and some of these women, I hate to say, but well, I shouldn't say that. Even with the men too. I don't know if I should say it because I'm in Toronto, and there could be people in Toronto who might chat. But you have to make sure you turn the lights on when you're looking at some of these people because you're like, whoa, whoa. It's like, I don't know, man. Like you looked okay from 10 feet away, but I got to put on my glasses and turn
Say
on the lights
when
right
you get
now.
up close,
I'm
when
seeing
you
like
get up
two
close, you look
teeth.
like a mud duck.
I don't know. I don't know. I'm just not my thing. But they did have a really cool place. I would have taken you if it was still open. It was called
Right,
Joe Mama's, and it was like a soul live band spot that had southern food there. But it was
right,
just like a nice restaurant with a nice vibe, nice band, you know, live band as well. And just really good music. So, you know, something like that. I'm kind of more into like festivals and you know, the Toronto Film Fest and like a lot of cultural different things in the city.
right.
So I'd probably take you to different if you appreciate culture, you know, different things like that. I would probably do that more so. So oh,
I'm sorry.
DJ.
Well, we have a DJ group, and they're all there, and I put my phone up so they can see me. I can mess with them a little bit.
Oh, okay. Sounds good. DJ
Right.
Deuce. Yeah, are a lot of them in here. He says strobe strobe light honeys. Oh my gosh,
Yeah, Deuce.
you don't want to
Exactly,
know.
Deuce. Exactly.
I'll just be sitting in the corner with my popcorn
No, you
laughing.
won't.
That's what yeah, I will. I will.
I
I
won't
will
let
be
you sit
doing
in the
that.
corner.
I
I
will
won't
be
let you
doing
sit in the
that.
corner. You will
I'll be
not sit in the
standing in the
corner.
corner.
Nope, you will
I
not.
usually dance. I like dancing though, you know.
Okay.
So,
I'm a
how you
dancer
doing?
too, so yeah, we can
Yeah,
dance all
I'm
night.
a dancer too. How you doing, T Crosby? Good to see you. Thanks for coming through. Stirs the Soul's like, wow, DJ Honeyful, strobe light situations. I don't know. You don't want to know these
Right.
situations out here,
Yeah, we're
Stirs the
gonna do that.
Soul. Exactly. But I will have you guys on definitely for the relationship show. I think it would be fun. And I think
Yeah.
DJ Mark will add, if you're interested, DJ Mark, maybe I might have you on too, because I'd like to hear some of your crazy stories too,
He called
if
them
you think
gremlins.
Gremlins. Well, it's pretty bad. You have to make sure the lights are on to make
Right.
sure what you're looking
Right.
at, you know? And
Right.
someone said if there's any good looking guys, they probably are there, you know, obviously for different reasons. Cause yeah. Anyways, I don't know. It was interesting. It was enough. I had my fair share for the year. So I think I'm
Right.
good.
Right.
Yeah, tastes like Katie says, yes, let's get Big Mark. Uh, I am old school. What is that Is that someone running? I need my glasses.
Yeah,
That's funny.
that's the running man emote.
Yeah. Okay, it's not moving here. So that's okay. So then what would be like I guess do you think Twitch is going to be around also for DJs and do you think you're gonna try to stay as long as you can on here? Like, how are you feeling now 2 years in? Like, do you
Um
feel different from when you first started? And, you know, what do you see kind of for your shows too?
so I'm an IT guy, so I look at a lot of things from the background
Mhm.
of things. I follow Twitch on Twitter. I follow Twitch support, and I see the some of the tweets about a lot of the bandwidth things and adding more servers and stuff. So that, I mean, I deal with stuff like that at work, right? So I know that they are going to build a lot on the back end. They're already really doing it. Twitch is not going anywhere. Twitch is replacing the radio. Okay, Twitch will be here, not just for gamers, but for anything. DJs, live musicians, podcasts, talk shows. Everybody, a lot of people are coming to Twitch, right? So it's not going to go anywhere. The platform is going to continue to grow. Like I said, they're doing a lot of things on the back end of it that a lot of people don't see. So that's a good thing. But it's not going anywhere. It's going to continue to get bigger and bigger and bigger and bigger.
Yeah, I think so too, but you think for DJs, it's not gonna go anywhere? Like, it's
No, I
definitely
don't.
gonna grow for
No, I
DJs?
don't. I don't think it's going to go anywhere for DJs. I think a lot of other DJs are going to come to Twitch. I do.
Yeah.
Um,
More people are
even the
coming,
big
like the Versus battle, they're
right.
coming now, Amazon
Yep.
Music. Well,
Exactly.
obviously, Amazon owns Twitch, but, like or,
Right.
but, like, they're all here now, right?
Right.
So, what do you think about, like, celebrities coming to Twitch? You think that
Oh, I
that
love it. I love it.
could start happening? But do you think that
I
could
love it.
kind of push out people? For example, like, Instagram, I kind of felt like pushed out kind of the little people, the little guys, the little DJs. Like, when you have D Nice and, like, all these big celebrities or big DJs, there's
Well,
room for them now that
you
people are watching their reels on
you kind of
Instagram, but do you
need
think that could happen
you
for
kind of
Twitch?
need them. You kind of need them to bring sponsors and things of that nature to the platform. You kind of need those big names to pull sponsors, to pull this over here, to pull other people to come to the platform. You need all those things, right? That just helps it grow bigger and better, right? Again, Jazzy Jeff is on Twitch. He's a big tech guy, so I know him, and Scratch Bashers and other big names. They have the ear of those tech individuals that can say, "Hey, you need to add this, or you need to add this. Hey, what about if you do this?" Right? Even Serato is on Twitch, right? And a lot of us use Serato, so there's a lot of integration with a lot of the things, and
Well, they're smart to do that. Yeah. They're also smart to
it's
do
going to do
that
that.
when
Yeah.
exactly, like, with all the DJs coming on, if
Hmm.
that's your main buyer, then,
Yep.
yeah, you need to be where people are, right? I Am Old School says DJ Premier finally came on, that's awesome.
Yeah. It's
New
that
York Boss Lady,
New
how you
York
doing?
boss
Great
lady
to
is here.
see
What's up,
you
boss lady?
as well, and, DJ Big Mark says, "We need to do our job to bring people to the
Yep.
platform," which is
Exactly.
true, but I
Very true.
also think that they also need to, like, work on, like, changing the whole like, revamping, how it's presented, like, to
Hmm.
Facebook, Instagram, YouTube, to different channels, so people don't just see it as a gamers app, but they really see it as more of a streamers, broadcasters
Right.
app, right? To be used, and,
Well, I think
and when
that
you compare it to sound.
the first year like
Mhm,
that, it was that. Now, this second year, it's
mhm.
it's geared more to a streamer, regardless of whatever it is you bring to it. You're no longer it's not gamer, it's streamer, right? So that,
Mhm.
like I said, that first year you're still working through the kinks, and now you're on this other side of it. So, and it's going to continue to push it this way. It's going to continue to move
Yeah,
forward.
but in all fairness too, like, switching it up so fast during the pandemic, I
Oh
don't
yeah,
think they realized like, I don't
they
think
did.
anyone realized how big online like, anyone I look at online has increased, like, 100 times, you know what I
Hmm.
mean?
Hmm.
Like, it may
Hmm.
not be Twitch, but if I look at Instagram, if I look at anyone that's saying coaching or just different
Right.
fields, they've just grown, like, insane, right? But I think it's kinda good in a way because we're moving into this virtual world. What do they call it? The metasphere or whatever it's called.
Yeah.
But
Hmm.
like all of us have had a taste of it compared like other people think it's taboo or a little strange maybe from Facebook or other people looking in. They're like, well, I don't understand how you could form relationships in this like virtual world. Like it's a bit weird. But like the whole universe, I think, is going to be heading there. I think we are just getting a taste like we have actually learned it a lot earlier than most people. And you see
Hmm.
companies forming like Microsoft. I was just reading an article today how they're developing their office in Toronto and what they're doing. And it's a lot of stuff is like AI, artificial intelligence, and very
Hmm.
like uh it would be very taboo, but it really like people thought, for example, when I started in the pandemic TikToking, they're like, well, that's what my grade sixers do. Like they thought it was so crazy. But now you're seeing those reels on Facebook, you're seeing them on Instagram, you're seeing
True.
them everywhere now,
Yes.
right?
Very true.
That is
Very
so
true.
normal. So I think, in a sense, all of us that are streamers have really gotten a taste of this world before anyone else has.
Hmm.
It's like we've kind of learned it a little bit more, like how to broadcast, how to stream, what equipment to do, how does the sound work, how does the video work. I think we're almost like a few steps ahead, not just as DJs, but we're a few steps ahead of what the world is going to actually be going to. And you think it's crazy to think that we're gonna live in such a crazy virtual world, but not really. When you go out, you see everyone on their phones. You don't see anyone interacting like kinda like how they used to, right?
Right.
Before all this technology. So, I think there's definitely pros and cons, but what do you think of that? Like, I think we've had a taste of it more so than most people, um, and we understand the community and what it brings kind of being in this world a little bit, but
Right.
to the outside or not outside, but so many people that aren't Twitchers, they still are not understanding, yet. But I think it's
Well,
gonna arrive to everyone pretty much.
I think so. Again, my background is IT, right? So I kind of know this a little bit. Um,
Mhm,
and you have people. If you want to get somebody on Twitch, just talk to them about what you do
mhm,
and how you can actually watch it from your laptop, your phone, your desktop. You can watch it virtually from anywhere, your TV. Um, and everyone is connected to this. Everyone's connected to this.
mhm.
And so you have to market it to them to where they understand it. Mad Live is here. What's up, my brother?
How you
You
doing,
have
Mad
to.
Live?
What's up,
Great to
What's
see
up,
you.
Bashy KD, aka the newest partner?
I
You just
know,
have to
so amazing, eh?
be able to navigate that for them
Mhm,
in order to. You have to break it down in its simplest form for them to understand it for them to make the move. Right?
hmm.
You don't be afraid of technology. Embrace technology because we've been
We're
in the tech
here.
we've been in
Yeah.
the technology age for years and it's not going anywhere, right? So embrace it.
I feel like
And
there's pros and cons, like, we could be in
there
the
is.
era where it could be, like, full-blown robots, like Deejaystylez, if you're a girlfriend's favorite DJ, if you don't get on it, you're gonna be dating a robot called like Roberta, like pretty soon, Deejaystylez. So you better get on it, I better take you to when you come out here, to sugar daddies. There you go.
Wow. Right. Hey, I'm ready. Hey, I'm ready for it.
You won't be ready for that. Trust me. Bashy Katie
Right.
probably knows you won't be ready for that. How you doing, Bashy Katie? Great to see you. I am old school had a great comment here. He says, I think Twitchers feel they can be themselves on Twitch and show their craft, art, or podcast exactly how they want with no boss or program directors and find people that like them, which is so true.
That's
Like when
very
you
true.
think
That
about
is
it,
very, very true.
you are
Very
your
true.
own boss. You are what you create. And
Very
I
true.
think that's really awesome that you can, and there's more entrepreneurs coming up, right? Like people are creating themselves more as a brand right now than anything, right? And I think yeah, it's definitely good to do. Um, if it weren't for the pandemic, I mean, I don't think any of us would have even discovered Twitch
No. Uh-uh.
or come together or have met so many amazing people like all across the world. So I think there's a lot of pros as well. And it's interesting too, now working for a radio station as well. It's like, I don't know if they consider Twitch like that big or, you know what I mean?
Hmm.
Because like the radio world is kind of like, like what's that? Like, come on, it's just like a little app thing, because people I think at a radio station see it live, but I see both sides because when I had a show on at a radio station before, it's like, I would have never imagined 10 years later it would be streaming. Like
Oh yeah.
streaming would take literally bankrupt like radio stations. And that could potentially, I'm not saying that could really happen because I work for a station now, it but I can say like who would have thought that people are now, streaming Spotify or Mixcloud or Twitch most of the time than turning on a dial. And it's the same thing
Yep.
with your TV and your phone. Like,
Exactly.
who would have thought that you'd be watching now TV from your phone instead of an actual TV, right?
Exactly.
So
Exactly.
maybe you thought it a lot quicker, sooner because you're in tech, right? So you probably saw these changes coming a lot faster than maybe
Yeah.
most of us.
I saw a lot of things.
Yeah. What do you
Yeah.
see?
Oh yeah.
Do you have a few minutes left too? I want to
Yeah.
respect
Yeah. Go
your
ahead.
time
Yeah.
because
Go
I
ahead.
know
Go ahead.
we're a little over. Yeah.
Yeah. Go ahead. What you
Like
got?
what were the biggest was there anything, big that you think could happen, I guess, in the future? Like just being coming from your tech background, is there anything that you would say that is kind of like would be a surprise to you, or something that you think would be cool? Or the thing that scares me is the robots. I'm not gonna lie. Like that kind of is a little concerning to me, you know. I don't want to be having coffee with someone called Roberto, you know.
I I think I think the way we communicate
Yeah.
on a device like this is going to, well, it's already revolutionized a lot of things, but just some of the things that's coming down the pipe is really going to change the way we actually communicate, right? For
Mhm.
communicate for the better, right? Um, that's what I can say.
You think it's for the better because
I think it'll be for the better.
yeah.
I think people will, a lot of people will use these things a whole lot better than they did when they first started using these. Um,
Mhm.
but there's a lot of things that are coming down the pipe that will help people better use a phone, a cell phone, or a computer or whatever. Because like I said, those things are part of everyday life now, right?
Mhm.
And there
Like,
are
your
other,
full entertainment is not gonna be at a concert live, like, it's actually gonna be, like, you're gonna pay tickets,
yeah.
to go to a
You're doing
concert
it.
and
You're doing
watch
it
it
right
right
now.
now. Yeah, you're
You're
doing
actually
it
doing
right
it now.
now,
Yeah.
which is
So
crazy.
I mean, it'll be more monetized, of course, and you still have the actual live events of things,
Mhm,
but if you want to go to a concert here, but you don't want to pay to fly, then you'll still be able to attend the concert just in your house or outside or whatever.
mhm.
I mean,
But then
there's a
people
lot of,
will probably never wanna interact much,
no, no, no.
like,
They'll still no. They'll
they
still no. They'll still want to interact. It's still remind you still be reminding yourself that, hey, I still need to go talk to this and that person. I still need to reach out to this and that person, right? Just because you have this computer in your hand or whatever, that's not going to stop you from interacting with somebody, right? Because I even though I have this, I may pick up the phone and call you. I still want to. I will sit here and video chat somebody, right? But I still want to go and physically touch that person, right?
But that's us though, because I feel like we came from that era. Like we've seen both
Yes.
worlds, right?
Yes.
But
Yes.
like, say if you have kids or the future, your grandkids, I don't know. I don't know if they're going to see that world that we were in, before technology. Well, they won't before technology. And I already notice a difference even when I do grad parties. I don't know if you have proms or something younger,
Mhm. Mhm.
like I don't see the boys and the girls interacting with one another. Like it's so bizarre. Like I see them like on their phones the entire time, or
Mhm.
like the guys in one corner, the girls in another. But and maybe I'm gonna date myself, but I do find the 90s, it's like that's what you look forward to, right? You look forward
Mhm.
to going to
Right.
that party and maybe roller skating, and we called them snowball dances, and having like the guys skate up to you and ask you for a dance and skate around the park or whatever. I don't know, things have changed so much. So I think there's definitely pros and cons, but I
There
hope
is.
that we don't miss that relationship aspect of really like connecting and communicating with people in real
Right.
time,
Exactly.
because I think the human connection is powerful, and I think that we need that besides just being online and just, you know what I mean? Like
Oh
even
yeah.
when you're out with friends, like to be more connected, like not just on your phone, in this world.
Mhm.
And I think as streamers, we've all become a little bit addicted. I admit that I have too. But I'm trying to also pull away, like pull back a bit and enjoy those life moments, at least now that things have opened here.
Right.
Um, Not just be focused on things online, but like also enjoying those moments out with people.
Right. Well,
So,
don't
yeah.
worry. When I come to Toronto, you won't use your phone.
Well, no, I will be using my phone to record all your shenanigans. Like,
No,
I'll
you won't.
definitely be
No, you're not.
recording everything.
No.
I'll be like, "This is what DJ Styles does when he's out," and this is the toothless woman that just stepped up to him, and I'm recording it now, and this is
Nah.
hilarious. Yeah, I will take you to all the wrong I'll take you to all the wrong spots. You'll
I'm
never want
I'm
to
gonna take
come
I'm gonna
back
take your
here.
phone. I'm gonna take your phone from you. This one, I'm gonna
Yeah.
take your phone.
Actually, I'm pretty present. I don't like I hate being on my phone really when I'm out with friends, like when I'm out
Right,
for dinner. And actually I think since I started Twitch, I've been a little addicted though. I've had that problem where it's like the damn video where you're just staring and then you hit a poll because
right.
because you're watching stuff on Twitch or in the chat room. So Clarky's like, "Oh my gosh, toothless woman." Now, we're about to wrap up, you guys, but let's see here. If you guys have any questions too for DJ Styles, make sure you guys put them in the chat so I could see them. Let me know if you have anything that you want to know about him, before we wrap up as well. Stirs to Soul says exactly, Honey Flow, I'm employing the pull out method as well. That's hilarious. Um, what? Junior says, Junior says, as long as the kisses are great. So, guys, Junior, my mod, is willing to date someone that is toothless. Um, as we're saying, he's looking for someone that's toothless, has low self esteem, and is a sugar mama. That is my mod, Junior. So, if anything, I'm going to take him, I'm going to give him his request if he comes out here to Toronto. I will find that, all three of those for um, so he says, as long as if the kisses are great, he doesn't mind being with a toothless woman. So no judgment here. Oh man. I'm gonna find someone for you. Someone that's like 80 years old, Junior. Definitely gonna find that for you.
Wow. I mean, wow.
Yeah.
That's
So
that's hilarious.
yeah, he always makes me laugh. He always says the craziest things. So, before we wrap up, I'm just wondering, is there anything on your bucket list that you would want to do, you know, um, DJing, or even if it wasn't actually, you know what? Give me one for DJing that you would love to do that's on your bucket list that you haven't done. And what about just life in general? Like, what would be on your bucket list to do?
Okay. Bucket list for DJing. Man, be on the stage with Jazzy Jeff. There you go.
Yeah, you got to put it out there. You never
Yeah, yep.
know,
That's it. Bucket
You never
list.
know.
That's my bucket list for DJing. Be on the stage with Jazzy Jeff. I don't have
That's
to. I don't have to.
awesome.
I don't have to DJ or anything. I just want to be on the stage with him. That's it.
Mhm.
Um,
Oh, man.
bucket list in life in general. Skydiving.
Oh, nice.
I'm actually going to do that in December.
Oh, really? And you've
Yeah,
never done it before, skydiving?
I've never done it before, but I'm looking forward to it.
That's amazing. Yeah, no, I'm gonna I would stay on the ground. I'm not doing that. I'm not I'm adventurous, like, spontaneous, but,
Really?
I don't know, big
You
stuff
know.
like that, I just get in my head, like,
You
what
know what?
happens if the
Here,
parachute or something
I'm gonna tell you
breaks?
something.
Then what am I gonna do?
I'm gonna tell you something. The most beautiful sight that I've
Mhm,
ever seen is so in Japan, it's a rite of passage to climb Mount Fuji, right?
mhm,
So you can climb it during the day or you can climb it at night. People have climbed this thing at night. The most beautiful thing that your eyes will ever see is that when you're on the top crater of Mount Fuji,
mhm.
is you're above the clouds, right? So you see the sun rising, right? Now
Oh, yeah,
I
that would be
now
beautiful.
I live in Florida, so I have beaches all around me. I've
Mhm,
seen sunrises and sunsets
mhm.
all the time. There is nothing, and I repeat, nothing more beautiful than watching the sunrise on the top of Mount Fuji. There's nothing like it.
Yeah, that would be
Nothing like it.
amazing.
Nothing like it.
Wow. Hmm. But I can watch it from the ground. I don't have to be on top of a I don't have to be on top of a mountain, do I? Like, seriously. I
Oh
don't know.
wow. Wow.
I'm like the biggest chicken ever. Like, I mean, Clarky, I think you found your match, DJ Styles. Where's Clarky here? She says, I want to chase tornadoes and fly in a hurricane. As a hurricane hunter? What's wrong with you, Clarky? Like, seriously.
Hey,
So,
well, look here, Clarky. Come on out here next month. Hurricane season is June through November, so you can come on.
oh yeah, actually, you're right in the middle of it, right? Because
Yeah,
aren't you on
yeah.
the lowest? The
Um,
like where the
I'm on the
keys are, kind of?
no,
Like,
no, no, no. I'm on the other end. I'm on the
oh,
Panhandle side.
I gotta check a map. So, but doesn't it hit you guys?
We've had, let's see, I've been here 10 years. We've had a few.
Mhm.
We've had like whether it depends on the side of the storm you're on. If you're
Mhm.
on the east side or the west side, that really depends on how small or how big it gets, right? How much the damage is going to be, right?
Wow.
So yeah,
Aren't
yeah.
you doesn't it get really scary though? Like, I can't imagine like, we deal with blizzards. The worst I've ever had was an ice storm, and
Hmm.
maybe if I take out my garbage, like, the other day, I was a little freaked out because 'cause I'm not super tall, so I thought a
Right.
coyote would come out of the bushes at me. So I'm, like, running to the garbage in the front of the house because it's, like, around where I live, it's, like, very forestry, like, I'm near the lake
I mean,
shore, the lake, but they
once you
have
go through
tons of
it,
coyotes.
I mean, the area is pretty prepared, right? I mean, we have these drills, I guess is what you call them, to go through these things and make sure you have, this hurricane kit for the first 72. They say the first 72 hours of a hurricane is on you, so you just make sure you have enough water, generator, and certain things to prepare you in case you had to ride it out for 72 hours. But we're pretty prepared, so.
Yeah, well, I don't know, that's crazy. I look at New Orleans and see what happened there, I'm like, "No, thank
Oh
you."
yeah.
Like, I
Oh yeah.
am not good
Oh
with
yeah.
that.
Oh
Like,
yeah.
that is insane to me, I'd rather deal with we had an ice storm and the power was out for, like, about 4 or 5 days. Like, I could literally see my breath, like, at nighttime. That's how cold it was. I was in a winter jacket, freezing, and every hotel and car like, everything was booked because, like, the whole city was under a crazy, power outage. There's so
Mhm.
much ice, with the ice storm that I guess it was, so heavy on trees, it was knocking out all the power lines. So that was probably the scariest thing when you're out of power, like, around Christmas time, for, I don't know, 4 or 5 days, and you're just
Right.
like,
Right.
"Okay, it's freezing." Definitely makes you grateful for things,
Oh yeah, definitely.
So,
Oh yeah.
yeah, but Florida, I don't any place where the land is moving, like California, I love, but earthquake, I don't know, I'm not really feeling those, and
Right.
hurricanes, yeah, I don't know. We'll see. But well, I wanted to thank you so much. I know we
Of
covered a
course.
lot of different things tonight
Of course.
compared I mean, definitely went on but it was okay, off topic than the
Oh, it
normal
was
DJ
fun. It
stuff.
was fun. It was
Yeah,
all
I'm
fun.
gonna bring you back. I'm gonna bring you back on again. You're fun to talk to and everything. And you guys make sure everyone adds him in the room. DJ Styles, he does an amazing show as well, plays all genres of music. So make sure everyone catching my replays adds DJ Styles in the room. Really great guy. Probably the only one that I see really smile like as much as he does. I don't know how he smiles the entire time, but he does, and he has a lot of energy. Like, he makes me exhausted, watching him. You do have a lot of energy, which is great. Great to see. So, and a positive attitude. So, yeah, make sure you guys add DJ Styles. And I'm going to leave it up to you, actually, who you want to rate into as well tonight. We could definitely find someone. I don't know. Can you see there as
Yeah,
well?
I'm
We'll
sitting
see
out.
who's
I'm
there. Yeah. And I'm
the
gonna
Diddy
bring you
Bop.
back to the
I
relationship
do the
show.
Diddy Bop, don't I?
But next time we're gonna have you zoomed in because I don't like being this zoomed in. I'm like magnified like that. You guys don't need to see me this zoomed in. I'd rather have you like this, but you look like a tiny little box. Like
Right.
I could
You
barely
know
see
what?
you.
I'll tell you what. Let's go to DJ Young and Charge is on. We can go to him.
Okay.
We can rate him.
DJ
Good guy.
DJ
Good
Young
DJ
in charge.
out of New York.
Mhm. Okay. Actually, I don't even know if I have him on here. Let's see. Can you put him actually in the chat room?
Yeah, hold
I
on.
don't even think I don't know if I have him on here actually. Oh, oh, DJ underscore Young in
Yeah,
charge, right?
yeah, that's him. Yeah.
Yeah, okay, actually, yeah. Yeah, yeah, I do have him. Actually, I never see him. Oh, you know what? I don't think I was following him. I'll follow him now. All right, perfect. So, Junior, are you able to set up that raid for us? DJ Young in charge as well. That would be great. Let me know. I just followed him as well. Yes, if you could rate him, that would be great. And I just want to thank you too for coming on, spending so much time,
Of
two and a
course,
half hours with
of
me. It was
course.
so much
Hey,
fun. And I really
hey.
do hope you visit Toronto. I think we would have a lot of fun.
I'm
You
gonna
would be trouble,
I'm
but it
gonna
would
come
be fun.
visit. I'm gonna come visit Toronto. I'm gonna come visit. Don't worry. I
Yeah, you
will.
definitely gotta visit, then you will see my stories come to life. You will know when I push you on the dance floor with Junior. Well, Junior will be loving it, the toothless woman, but when I push you guys, and I'll bring out Clarky too, 'cause she's from Toronto, um, we'll push both you guys on the dance floor and definitely videotape and laugh for Twitch. So we will
We'll have
definitely have stories.
we'll have a good time. We'll have a good time.
Yeah, we'll definitely have a great time. So make sure you guys, Junior, you said you're going to set the rate up, right? I'm just checking right now. And do you want to shout out anyone in the room too? I just want to thank you guys as well for joining the
Hey,
Honey Flow Show.
I thank everybody for for tapping in, tuning in to hear me talk. I mean, hey, this was fun. I had a lot of fun. Of course, got to thank my mod extraordinaire, Katie, of course. Just I appreciate you for letting me come on, and I appreciate the talks that we've had before. So I definitely
Yeah,
appreciate it.
yeah, so do I. And
You
appreciate
know.
all your help. Actually, if you
Oh
could
yeah,
type
of
in
course.
his name, if you could type in his name, it's DJ underscore, oh shoot, I think I'm getting it wrong. Yeah, if someone could type in his name in the chat room, DJ Young in Charge, that would be great. Because I know Junior's looking for it. So that would be great if you guys could, someone could type it in the room. I'm trying to, but oh, there we go. Okay, thanks. Yeah, and I appreciate our talks and your help too. He was,
Oh yeah,
DJ
of
Styles
course.
was helping me a little bit on the technical stuff and the software. I had to upgrade so much. The thing that I think I think I did okay. I was upgrading my computer and then my Serato and then had all these other things to upgrade for my job. So I was worried with a real time gig, and I know DJ Styles helped me. I did realize doing one show though, none of my echo effects were working, and I didn't realize that until after the show. So
Mm.
literally every time I used an echo effect, it would just like chop off the music.
Oh
That
wow.
was my last show, and I didn't even know because the music was like
Oh okay.
blasting
Oh okay.
in my
Okay.
ears. And that's when I realized I was like, oh, shoot, all the effects have changed,
Right.
but I'll have to figure that out after too. But yeah, so we're going to DJ Young in Charge. Make sure you guys stick around for the raid. Say hi, throw out my emotes, show yourself friendly to him. Even if you're around for 5 minutes, really helps a streamer. And thank you again so much for this. For this. Oh, actually, Clarky said she will do a Bayesian wine on you too. So you better watch out. I don't know if you saw that. She
Ooh.
said that to you, DJ Styles.
Ooh,
I'm
bring it.
taking a wine on DJ Styles Bayesian style.
Bring it. I'm
You
ready
better
for it.
watch out. You might need to come out here for Caravana then. I think that's when it'll be whining time. I'll sit on in the corner eating jerk chicken and laugh at you and watch you. But
Wow.
all right, so it looks like the raid's gonna go right about now. Thank you guys again for joining the Honey Flow Show. It was so much fun tonight, just talking about different things, chopping it up, and I know we'd have a great time if you ever visited Toronto. We'd you would get
Can't
into
wait.
a lot of shenanigans, but
Yeah,
it would
I
be
probably
fun.
would. I probably would.
Exactly. So I think, did it go through here? Oh,
There it
yeah,
is.
I think it just went through. So I'm going to end this broadcast. I'll see you backstage for 2 seconds.
Yeah, no worries.
And yeah, thank you guys again. And I will see you guys soon. Again, my new hours are Tuesday, Wednesday, and Sunday, 6 p.m. to 8 p.m. Eastern Time. And I'm going to be doing a lot of real time gigs coming up, like almost every weekend. So I'm going to either try to post them on Instagram or maybe I might do a real live stream. I have to see, figure that out, show you guys what I do. But I'll see you guys soon in these Twitch streets as we shout out DJ Young in Charge. I'll see you guys soon. Take care, you guys.